let's look at maybe Brunner when he was doing his freedom fighter gimmick, or
Thank you for mentioning that one, sir.
or Ashake's current gimmick. I think it's successful. But you see, on Malay, it gets to a point whereby I think we get it. You are sad. You are Port Harcourt Road Wave. Let's move on to, you said clarity of mind. We thought your mind is clear already. Which one is you now come on Snap to be assaulting me than asking me why are you sad? I'm like, go and ask me. Why don't ask me? You drop music. Okay, we thought we were going to like a new era of the sound, but you are still doing the same thing. So what's the point? What's even the album all about? That's the question
Okay,
now.
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm here to explain everything to people. If people are not paying attention, first things first. See, uh, we have to understand that each individual, each as human beings, we are all different people, we're different people, and some people have gone through things. They feel more than you feel. Omah Lay is just one of those people. Now, he was on a healing journey. We cannot now lie that we did not listen to the healing songs. The healing songs were there, the songs were there. But he was hit by a traumatic experience of which he would have to explain further that me, I don't know what happened to Tesha. But the traumatic experience had him redo the entire album. So now, if this is a new album, I just feel like probably the clarity of mind is just like a name that they have kept. See, I don't know, they would have to come and explain that one, sha. But this is an album that they had to redo from the beginning. So now, when you are betrayed by someone that you consider close to you, would who has not faced betrayal in this place? It will send you back to dark times. Dark
They weren't
times.
All
close.
right,
They
all
weren't
right,
close.
all
So
right.
the healing process was gone. We have to start again. We'll wait for the healing journey in the future. But
All
this
right.
one, by healing process again.
All right.
Imas,
Gimmick or no gimmick. Gimmick
can
or
I
no gimmick. Is the
talk
record
about
resonating?
yeah, the record is resonating. So me, my interpretation of clarity of mind is like acceptance from the sentiment that is like consistent with the records that have been coming out is almost what you will want to call toxic Afrobeats. Even though I'm not a fan of people calling music toxic, I prefer like people say honest. So I get the sense of this is who I am. You might interpret it as corny, you might interpret it as bad, you might whatever. That's what I get because I don't know. I'm gonna sound somehow if I'm trying to break down the lyrics of "Don't Love Me," but I think it should be pretty clear to the people here what he's talking about. I like it's pretty like straightforward. So I don't know what Magnificent might mean by it's not working. By the way, I don't know because if there was
Me-
a depression gimmick, I think that worked in Boy Alone. Now for clarity of mind is like I have searched inward. I have realized what I am, who I am, and I'm going to talk about the reality of accepting that. I do X, Y, Z to get this. I do this for this end goal. I lean into my temptations for ABCD reasons. Those are the things I'm getting from me right now. And I thought like that would be clear if unless people are just trolling right now. So
Please, we
if
need
that
Temptations Part 2. We need Temptations
if
Part
I
2.
don't
wait,
know,
wait, wait,
temptation
wait.
should be
Okay.
all right. Temptation should be one of the one songs, in my own opinion. So anyways, my thing right now is that I want the album, like for sure. This record is going. I don't know where it's going though. That's just the thing. I don't know how the
What
normal
you mean?
people would like receive this song. I don't know what reception is going to be like. That's the thing, because it's a song that on first listen felt like he existed in a void for me. I was like, where's this like what's this like? My other references would be like American artists or European artists I listen to. But then and I remembered we have Bloody Civilian. And I'm like, oh yeah, so we have Bloody Civilian. That is the closest thing when it comes to just processing your vocals heavily, which takes me to another like small bias I have as a Nigerian music fan. I've always wondered where we could go with Afrobeats if we started leaning more into heavy like vocal effects like distortion and stuff on our like pop music. And the last person I saw the like Body Civilian is there. Body Civilian is more like she's not maybe like the most mainstream person, so she wouldn't be my reference for this. A record that was really big was it last year or 2 years ago was Awolowo by Fido. And I think that is still one of the most interesting like experimental pop attempts in like this in the history of like Nigerian music because it takes like one of my favorite like music types, which is like psychedelic music. And psychedelic music, while it is informed by like the intake of certain, extracurricular activities and doing those,
Right.
um, it also functions on like oscillations. So when you're listening to like Jimi Hendrix and you're getting a lot of, oh, there is phasers and all these effects that you can do. And people who partake of those extracurricular activities are like, yo, we move to this music because we have these experiences and this music like brings that to us. And that's, basically just to round that up, comes to back to Fido's Awolowo because from the arrangement of that song to the production to the effects on the chorus, the whatever, do you remember the chorus?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, why don't we get more of it? Because that song was so crazy. And that song to me also felt like it existed in a void. And I don't know if it's a perception thing, but when that happened, I would have thought like more people would see like the brilliance in this to the point where I tried to go and search for the producer and he had like a video on the breakdown. And the video aligns with like how I imagine like the process would be because he also spoke on like the arrangement and how Fido also leaned in and didn't even realize the intro wasn't done, which led to that part that he was started saying it go, like leave So now this now takes me to Omah Lay and this record, and I'm like, yo, this is it. I've wanted this for a very long time because
Okay.
why a lot of people are like, all right, the voice should be in the front, this, and or if we are even using effects, it leans more electronic. It is kind of electronic, but it leans more electronic. But in this sense, it's like this is what I wanted. I hope I'm making sense. But basically, I hope I don't, sound like a puzzle that you need to put
No,
together.
I mean,
But
yeah, it all comes to vocal manipulation and how, like,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. So
like I
this
get that in summary.
is a brilliant record, and for those personal like references and like sentiments, it makes me appreciate it more. But I just
Yeah,
don't know how it will reach people. Also because of the
in
topic of the
mainstream.
song.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Also because of the
Yeah,
topic of the
yeah,
song.
yeah. I think when I come to vocal manipulation, I think yes, Bloody Civilian, but I also think any TMXO record, TMXO
Yeah, that's why I said
definitely.
electronic. You remember your
Yeah,
body civilian reaction to
yeah,
the last project?
yeah,
You
yeah,
literally after one of our record played, TMXO song came in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Monica. Yeah,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
TMXO is also up there
Yeah,
in
Tim Mixer
the
is another person in that space for sure. But yeah, I definitely see that. Yeah, I'm curious about how everyone else feels on that on the Don't Love Me record. Is anyone picking up the? Sorry, okay, Tash can go ahead because I was gonna ask a broad question for
No,
everyone,
actually,
but
ask your
Tash can.
question. Ask your question. Ask your question.
I was gonna say, does anyone notice or like the pivot essentially comparing the singles that we had already from Holy Ghost to Moving to Waste, all
Yeah. So
essentially like
yeah, it's pretty
uplifting
clear. It's very clear.
headspaces versus this one
Also,
where
this
it's
song is
like,
not giving depression at all. It's not depression song.
yeah, he's saying I don't feel anything. He said I feel nothing, and I see that they had me again. Like it's very
yeah, no,
depressed.
I tried to see if there was a flip to the context to fit maybe carry your mind in a sad way, but now it's actually like story
This song
specifically
confuses me. This song confuses me about what clarity of mind is
yeah,
for me.
but it does
Yeah.
from a conceptual angle, but from a release angle, I'm not shocked because they've had 3 up-tempo records and they wanted to
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. They probably
So,
wanted. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But
just like it will be kind of redundant if they went. Right now, the project should be out, in my opinion. I
yes.
think if there's any if there's any like it's for them to go back to exactly what they've been doing, keeping the up tempo. I don't know. I feel like nah. I think they just look in house and just say, you know what, bro, let's give them something different from the project. Let's give them something different. They previewed this. I think this leaked, either it leaked or it was them that promoted it on
He
TikTok for
posted
everything.
this one time. There was a video
People
of
said
him
it,
in
right?
the vehicle.
Yeah.
Then there was
So
the second time with the black and white video in the vehicle again. Those
yeah.
were
So
because this was like last year. It was like in like his vehicle and it was playing it from a laptop. And a lot of people were demanding the record. Then now he
yeah.
posted this video as a teaser. Then now it's released.
Yeah. I think people
Even the
demanded
release
it.
felt kind of impromptu. Like it's just like, oh, I'm giving you this like this Friday, boom, take.
Yeah, I think they're in the last phase of their album release. I think
I hope so.
from the Grammy to I think he's currently still even in LA. I think once people start being in LA, you just kind of know what's about to happen. So I think there's a lot that they're gearing up to, and they just want us to give the listeners a breathing space. I'm pretty sure the single off the EP will probably be another up tempo record of the project. Sorry, be another up tempo record. Yeah, and I think they just wanted to give people a break, and they had this in the talk, so why not? I think it might not necessarily fit the concept of the project, but if this is something that gives listeners a break, then I'll take it. So I
Yeah.
won't think too much about this song passation.
Yeah. But is the record good?
As a record, yeah, I think it's good enough. I think it's a good project cut. I think if I had this in a project, I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just it
Yeah.
might not be my favorite,
That's
but
what it felt like.
I would enjoy it in my project. Yeah, and it's a different flex for him. Or like I said, from the type of music he has been singing recently, I think it's just a It's like, you know what,
Agree.
let me slow it down, let me show let me get a bit psychedelic with it, let me get more cinematic with it. Yeah, so why not?
Magnificent, your head is still up. I know you had a few
Okay,
more few minutes.
okay. This might sound a bit far fetched, but we Omah Lay, I would never attack his music. I think Omah Lay can never make a bad record. Hopefully, he doesn't prove me wrong. I'm attacking the man itself, and this is not an attack. This is just asking questions because I called the gimmick earlier. And maybe that was the wrong word I should have used. I should have used word like phase. Omah Lay came in 2020, I think,
Yeah.
and it's been 6 years
No, no.
now. Is it 2020,
Yeah. 2020's breakout was 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been 6 years, and we've not seen any growth in not in the music, but in the man in itself, because we keep seeing the depressed, and everyone is rooting for you to come out of the other side.
Have you listened to the
Hopefully,
last three singles of his, or is this the only song you're holding on to?
no, I'm not talking about again. I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about
From
the
Glass
whole.
House, from
I'm
Glass House,
I'm talking about
The individual.
the individual
Yeah,
is
but
the
what
kind
about the
of
individual that he's singing? It's not the music you're saying.
Wait,
the
Sarge.
kind of stuff he does, like his
I think it
flows,
goes.
the kind of
I think he's referring to antics
and
on the internet.
yeah, the antics, especially on the internet, because last year you came here and you said someone stole the laptop thief stole your music, the idea for your album. And then when I saw that, I was really hoping it was true. I was hoping Rema actually stole his music because it means Omah Lay is making the kind of music that Rema released on his. And to me, it's a pivot from Boy Alone, from what he's been doing. And we are finally getting a different side of Omah Lay. I don't know if anyone get what I'm trying to say. That means the phase is over. He's about to release like his type music because we've had artists that have gone through phases. For instance,
Ooh.
off the top of my head, we had
Okay.
Fouls, we had Adekunle Gold, we had if you go abroad, I don't know if you guys know this guy, Mike Ponsner, the guy that sang
I think I understand what you're
Adekunle Gold.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I think.
if he
Yeah.
released a new music recently where he feels finally healed and rooting for him is out of the gutters. But with Omah Lay, obviously the music is good. But where are we going with him in
Okay.
itself? What was because sometimes with music you also need I don't want to use gimmick, but you still need gimmick to say you need the backstory to the music. You need
Yeah, you need a
something going
narrative.
on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You need a narrative to push. It's just like WWE. There's always a backstory. You need something
Right,
to
right.
sell.
Yeah, can
And
I go, please?
No, no, for sure. I
yeah,
think
sure, sure, sure.
you can go Benedict, but real quick, I just want to clarify if part of what you're asking is, or maybe I just heard that from your question and I'm latching onto it. You know the pivot that we were expecting to see from, or not necessarily expecting, but the pivot that he was going to make allegedly, that was he is right. The Mara sound, very up tempo, high energy dance, like street gritty energy that he was going for. Are you saying that you are hoping that he makes such a strong shift, as strong as that shift? Like is that what you're?
But he has already shown the shit now.
Yeah,
The
no,
last
no,
three
I'm
releases.
just, I say you guys are again, you guys are looking at it from
I'm
the perspective of the music.
of the sound.
If Omah Lay drops a Mars type sound or East type music, and
Yeah.
he drop a Ozeba type beat, and everyone is listening to, or he drops Kilibu, and then he goes on Snapchat again and asks me why am I sad or I can't sleep, and then you look at it that why then what's there's a disconnect between the man and the music in itself.
So
You
so
Okay.
understand? You
so
understand
so
what I'm saying? Because
so I think you're
again,
not.
there needs to be a narrative. There needs to be the music has
Max,
to have a
can I
backstory.
ask you a question?
But I didn't listen.
Sorry,
Okay, so
Sorry.
sorry,
back to the
Benedict, real quick. I know Benedict wanted to follow up and answer
I
Magnificent.
just feel like, first of all, the best gimmick ever is the disappearing gimmick. That works every time and anytime. Made in Lagos did it. Timeless did it. Yeah, that's the greatest gimmick of all time. And second of all, I feel this depression gimmick you guys are giving on my Lee for the past few years is actually overplayed in a way, because since his Get Lead era, which was in his way breakout era, he's kind of been more upbeat in a way. Like if you look at Boy Alone Deluxe, the songs that are actually channeled towards in quote depression, I'm a mess, so and some of the likes. But there are more upbeat songs like maybe Bend You, Woman, and all that. I just feel like the depression gimmick is overplayed in a way, and maybe he should stop, because he's not in his Get Lead era anymore. He should really develop as a person.
Okay, all right,
That's the
definitely hear
thing.
that.
It's not even about developing as a person. It's about
It's about
the
a shift,
personality. The personality must go along with the music.
right?
That's just. I don't want to hear one thing and see another thing, because part of consuming music is also consuming the man itself. Like,
Yo,
I don't mean
Wow,
it. Pause.
yo.
But yeah,
Mhm.
that's just what I'm trying to say.
No,
It
I
has to
hear you.
connect.
Taz,
But funny enough,
Taz.
though, like
Yeah.
listening to Holy Ghost, listening to Waste, listening to the things he's saying, right? Yes, it's up tempo, but there's always still going to be. It's still
Element of depression.
not depression, more so, but like he still he still talks about relationship issues, right? He still talks about um relationship issues in this song, whether in but now maybe in a way where he's more powerful, where he's a lot wealthier, he has hoes now, but it still comes from the place of um like a battle, you get, like with either relationships or with women. And I mean the script now just flipped to the point where it's like, okay, I'm wealthy, I'm balling, I'm having a great time, but you still hurt me though. You get, like, that's kind of how I see it. It's just less painful because there's wealth involved and there's success involved. I think that's kind of how I see it, right? So it's up tempo, but it's there's still always going to be, like, I guess, pain, hurt, I guess, if I'm to make sense of a lot of it. Although yes, I do agree. He's gimmicked up to a large extent, but then again, everybody kind of has that in them
Yeah.
Sorry,
as
quick
well, right?
question to like everyone here. Do you guys consider Omah Lay like a top tier lyricist? Like on the
Yes, I do.
Perusi.
Yeah,
I
Yes, I
just
do.
feel
yeah.
like I don't I
Yes, I do.
he has songs where he has weak and poor lyricism, and that's known by everyone from time to
That's
time.
Well, you have to
I mean, that's
contextualize
fine.
which song though. Like,
I
Which
mean, it's
song?
even fine. It's fine.
What's
You
the
cannot be
song?
you
Okay,
cannot be 10 over every time.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
where I'm from.
Transparency.
But let me
Like a song like Waste. A song like Waste.
let me point an instance.
Okay.
The song where he goes about Femi Awolowo. If the guess that's very very poor lyricism on that song.
What?
What?
Yes,
What?
yes.
What?
Argue it anyway. That was not
What?
groundbreaking.
Question,
What?
question. Do you know what he was talking about?
Eh?
Nah, that was poor lyricism. That was
No.
even weird.
Ask, do you know what he was talking about? Do you know
And
the record?
overplaying him as a top tier
Wait.
lyricist, he does not even break the
Wait. This
fireboy level.
this is a different conversation. Are you somehow trying to clown yeah?
He's like
That's what
in
he's
the
doing
A
in the
tier,
song.
if not
Obafemi
an S tier
Awolowo. If you
lyricist.
get
You
say
should
she
not
be
see finish
virgin, I
anything
no
and I don't
follow.
follow.
Hey, my team is long. My team is big, you bamba, big yellow. That you
He
can't
has
disrespect
he
that
has poor
song.
deliveries on
I'm
certain
sorry.
songs. It's not his
Is
fault
it
in
Okay.
is
that
it
regard.
is it
Alright.
is it
We're not
is it the
entertaining this
delivery that's the
conversation.
issue? Is it the delivery that's the issue, or is it
I
the
mean,
Or
lyrics?
is it
you have
the
to deliver
lyrics?
the lines. You have
First
to.
things first, that song is one of his best delivered songs.
It's one
Absolutely.
of
Not
his one of his best
100%.
records.
Delivery. First things first, that song is one of his best delivery. Now I can say maybe in terms of lyrics, like him saying Obafemi Awolowo, if the girl say she be virgin, then I know follow. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I don't know exactly sure what he means there. But then again, it's like that song is the last song on the EP. It's a playful song, clearly. And the flair of that verse, I mean, the reason why
That
we
comes
love
off
that
like an
verse so
excuse.
much is the flair. No, not every song has to be philosophical, bro.
Right.
Like, it's just what
My
it
favorite
is.
artist, is Buju.
No,
I
but
can
even
tell you
on that
songs where they are
song,
weak lyricism.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's
And,
clearly
and it's
a
not.
lyricist.
no. This yeah insult is triggering me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
so
it's okay. It's okay that if the lyrics are not even perfect on that song.
no,
Like,
but
you get like.
I feel like he's
See,
over fixating
Right.
on that
Okay.
one line.
I think they
But
are the
yeah,
good
he's
songs.
presenting on that Obafemi Awolowo line,
Right,
literally.
right. I feel like they're the good songs. Like you see, like Never Forget, which is probably my best Omah Lay song, right? He just takes every line like gloriously. But like I said, there are certain songs where I felt like I expected more from the artist themselves.
It's fine. And that's okay. Jigga, it's normal. Every artist has that. You even said your favorite artist Benson so has those moments. So that's cool. So let's move on.
Does
Is my
Benson know
mic
he has those moments?
I mean, you like you said, you can't be 10/10. The thing is, if you are 10/10, when you drop a 9/10, they're going to get disgusted by it.
Okay. So
That's
okay,
just
so yeah,
what
but
it is.
so basically I say normally it's 10/10 all the time. So that one time
I never said that. I
I,
don't think he's on
okay.
Fireboy level.
What?
you
What?
Like,
Wait.
What? You people should. If I start now, you people
wait, quick
should
question.
not have trust in me.
Yeah, quick question. Broski,
I,
wait,
this
who's
guy is
who's the
making
better
me break my
songwriter?
circuits. This guy is making me break my
Who's
circuits.
your
Who's the better songwriter, Benson or Rema? I want to say something.
who is a better songwriter?
Benson or Rema.
I can tell you that Benson is the best songwriter in Nigeria right now.
Got it. Suppose.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem.
Since
No
No
since
problem.
his
problem.
breakout,
No
and
Alright.
problem.
I feel like I'm really coming very hot. I don't want to say hotter things
No
See,
worries, okay.
because
me,
I can
Nah, I
say
think
everywhere. I can say
yeah.
anywhere and everywhere that Sorry I'm Late
Go-
is the best EP ever.
Great.
see,
Yes.
see,
Nice.
see. Because of
Okay.
you, I will just resort sorry I'm late. And I love sorry I'm late too, but
Oh
because
my,
of you,
please don't do
I
that.
will
Please do not
please.
do that.
Oh,
Please do
when you
not do
keep
that.
Yeah.
shouting,
I
I don't understand.
just know the kind of
Sorry,
person
sorry,
you are. You
sorry.
definitely like the
Yeah.
people that definitely describe songwriting as very English, very
Yeah, it has to be
like
What?
English.
like
Because
Nah.
it seems like
if
that's what
Just
you
say that.
need. It
Let's
seems like
just
that's
say
what you
that.
need.
no, because and perfect questions for you to ask because Buju and Rema obviously they definitely show you a clear difference in the style of writing.
To be
Yeah, and
honest,
that's why I asked that. Yeah, that's also why I asked that.
Yeah.
And I
to
wanted
be
to see where you
honest,
lean. And there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
you just can tell the divide
You
there.
can tell
Are
exactly.
you sure there's no
Yeah.
right or wrong?
There's no
to
right or
be
wrong.
honest,
There
to
is
be
no
honest,
in the context of
Buju's
Benson and Rema, there is no right or wrong.
There's no right
Buju's
answer.
writing is not touching anything. Ashake Arolamide did in Mr. Money in the
Oh
Bible.
my god. Oh
I'm
my
telling you
god.
for a fact.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you for a
god.
fact.
Oh
I'm telling
my.
you for a fact.
Oh my.
Anyway, we still
All
have
right.
more new
All right.
music, man.
This we can wrap up here.
Wait, you
Should
probably don't
we?
think Olamide is a good songwriter, Abi?
He's probably like very good. And on the song Buju and Olamide have been right. That's Modupe.
Wait, he's
I can't even
probably
pick who
good.
was
Is
better on
it
that song.
probably the fact that you probably said is already killing me, bro? I mean, let's go.
Right.
Wait,
The song
Olamide
Modupe
is
where
probably a
Buju and
good
Olamide
writer.
go pen for pen, right? I can't pick who is better on that song, but I don't know. But I just feel like you can't compare Rema and you can't compare Omah Lay to Buju.
I
Anyway,
said Ashake. I will put Ashake. Oh God.
It's
anyway,
okay, just finish.
bottom line, Omalay's style of writing requires a lot of contextual, like street and local like context to it in order to make sense, of it. Because to anybody, when he says Omo she be SARS but she carry full van, a lot of people might not understand why he's referring to a girl's um like and connecting that to SARS, right? Like it's like how can you connect this to the boy if you didn't know those contexts? So it to be a case of like brushing off those type of that type of writing. But anyway, Sha, Omah Lay, I could never foresee anyone try to downplay yeah in a long time. But it was interesting conversation, man.
Kim,
A
how can you
classic
hear me right
Get
now?
Laid. I have to go back to Get Laid.
Interesting
Yeah, we can hear
conversation,
you.
man.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dante.
okay. You guys could hear me first. I asked this nigga, does he know the reference? But it doesn't answer that question. I want to go back to Magnificent, what he said. I feel like Magnificent might be struggling with the fact that he has to separate the artist from the music. And he wants to,
Dante, something
he
happened to
wants,
your mic, or is it just me? You sound a little different. If you can clear up, that would be good.
Is it better?
Yes.
Alright, I said I think Magnificent is struggling with the fact that in Normali's case for him, he has to separate the artist and the music, and he doesn't want that. Um, so when he says the person has not grown, not like I agree, but I think if maybe you have to enter that state of mind of I'll just enjoy the music. If I don't like what I'm seeing on his snap, I'll just you know. So he won't give you a date because I feel like you sound like you want the best for him, but
Right.
it feels like everything is not fixing the exact way you want it to be.
Yeah, it feels like
And this is what I
Magnificent.
said the other time.
Yeah, a lot
Probably,
of us
probably,
think
if
Omah Lay is cringe.
it feels like
The
Magnificent
album,
should probably
Uma,
stop having
Uma,
relations with
remember,
his therapist,
remember
right?
when I said that um people say Omah Lay is corny, is cringy, and I said even if he is, that's good that like you guys don't have enough funny and cringy superstars in Nigeria because
Everybody's
every style and genre of human beings need to be represented, and I guess it's doing that. So your superstars don't have to always be the coolest person in the room. That's what I have to say about that.
yeah, I mean, a lot
right.
of us think that Omah Lay is cringe. So, like, even me, and I thought,
You know what? I think Dante. I think it might be. I don't know if it's Dante that spoke just now, but
yeah, it was that thing.
I think because maybe I am looking at it from
I
a
think I think from the
Disney.
big three less.
No,
Even
no, no,
from the
no, no,
big
not
three
big three,
less.
not big three. From a Disney lens, where the guy has to get the girl at the end and he wins and they live happily ever after type shit like that. And maybe I'm looking at it from that. I'm not looking at it from maybe. I'm looking at it from the artistic point of view, whereby he comes out of the rot or depression. He comes out happy,
Oh,
and then
heartbreak.
we see him. Mali, we see him happy, we see him dropping Bedu and all of that, and maybe we would never get that from Omali. Maybe that's never going to happen. Maybe it's
We'll
just
see. We'll
it's
see.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a maybe because people
Boy alone
can
is forever alone. He needs to say it one day. I think he said that.
so
Something like that.
so yeah, maybe I was like someone said, I don't know, said I'm hoping for the best for him. I'm rooting for him to to get
Magnificent.
better. But
Let me hold you for a bit. I know I said I wasn't gonna pile on Benedict, but I had to say this. You gave your opinion on Yeah Yeah Yeah, but before you did that, you said the up tempo records on Boy Alone Deluxe was you said Woman, and what that record? You said Benju, and I think it says a lot about how you perceive Omali's music if that is what you consider up tempo. So yeah.
Well, it's a slow album, and I mean, if someone's walking at one step and he's someone who's next to him starts increasing the pace, you have to say he's walking fast. Okay, what do you consider the upbeat songs on the
Joanna,
album?
the record Shamsi produced, Joanna, yeah,
Yeah, okay,
Joanna,
that's one of them. That's on the deluxe, yes.
yeah, but I don't know how Woman is up tempo, but That's just what I wanted to say.
Okay, fair point.
Anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to Omah Lay. Looking forward to what he has to offer this year, man. Hopefully, we get the album, and this is about it for singles, cause yeah, it feels long winded. I'm not gonna lie. Just give me the album, bro. Like, just let's just have it. But anyway, speaking of giving us album, we got one from Shoday. Hybrid, his debut album. Shoday, I feel like Shoday has been working like it's so crazy in hindsight now. He has been living off of singles, essentially. I mean, he's been working off of singles, and boy, he has had an incredible, like, progressive, like, build up into this. And it's so nice to see that he has finally put forward a body of work behind him. It'd be interesting wait just to experience his music as opposed to like the singles and singles. He kind of had this Russ approach, and I think even Ross even kind of hinted at it when he was talking about the J. Cole album, where it was like people don't listen to songs on albums or on projects in big scale. That's why he went into this mindset of dropping one week or one song a week for I think for like 52 weeks in a row. He did that a while back. I can't remember what year. But Shoday has kind of lived off of that. Shoday has kind of lived off of that like strategy as well, and obviously it's built up into him having a very very. He was a superstar before he became a superstar. Basically, he was a like no, I mean like it was like a mini god in the TikTok streets. Like you can definitely see what he has built over time. Almost every record he had a strong motion and momentum with it. But now that he has an album, it will be very interesting to see. And obviously, since getting mainstream like appeal, scoring massive hits like Hey Jago, like Nakupenda, he's in the mainstream like conversations
Paparazzi.
now. Yeah, Paparazzi right now was just number one a few weeks back. So he's in the mainstream look right now, and obviously immediately dropping an LP. Huge like difference for him. All new chapter for him. So it'll be interesting to see how he navigates this part of his career. It's be a whole different strategy that we might have to operate on now. But I say all of that to say, has anyone gotten a chance to sit down with the album? I know we got some old singles that showed up on the album, but what are everyone's first thoughts,
The
man?
album.
I listened to the
The
album.
street correspondent wants to go before me.
Yeah, and it's okay. I listened to the album. Oh, it's the album. Is it? It's an man. It's so. Here's the thing. When I heard the what's the record? The OBT
Paparazzi?
record, right? So
Oh, okay,
I was
OBT.
like, okay. So I was like, should they sign to Sony, has success, mainstream success in Nigeria? I would expect him to give us a Nigerian album, right? Like a more mainstream, polished Nigerian album. And then I see the single with Bad Boy, and I was like, okay, interesting. He's actually doing what I want him to do, despite the fact that I know he's signed to an international label. But they're not pressuring him to like the fact that his first single is with another straight up act, and that's very interesting. Like I was excited to see that, even though I that's what I wanted, but I didn't think that's what happened. Like, so heard that song, outrightly say that's probably one of his best records ever. It's also one of the best songs to come out this year, even though they were just 2 months in. But it's one of the best songs to come out this year. And I had it on repeat, still on repeat. I absolutely love that record. Now taking it the full body of work, I don't think it was very interesting when I got to the album, because the album I started giving Afrobeats to the world. Aside the songs we already knew.
Interesting.
Right. And that is when I started saying, okay, so brother, you then did what I expected him to get out of you, right? And then you start thinking about how, he spent a lot of his recordings. I know I saw a lot of recording clips of him in England. The time he was going to England, he was recording there. It feels like, they tried to sophisticate it a lot more. They tried to, when it's like we have what an Afrobeat album should be, and we know you make this straight record, but let's try and polish some things, right? Let's try and clean up some things. In fact, even down to the number of songs, they kept it at, I think, 12 or 13 songs. You know, you can tell like it's almost like they're listening to what everybody's saying on Twitter and they went to go and do it. Right. Um
13
uh
if you don't count Casablanca.
sorry?
13 songs if you don't count Casablanca.
Yeah, 13, yeah, 13 songs, yeah, because I'm not at the bonus. So 13 songs, you know, they kept it very precise, they kept it very clean, very, you know, the intro is an intro. You know when you hear the intro, you know this is an intro. So I think the singles, because there's a lot of singles on the project that already came out,
Yeah.
um, you don't feel much happening on the album because it's like, okay, I'm familiar with this, I'm familiar with this, I'm familiar with
Yeah.
this.
That.
There's little there's little breaks in between, but it's like those breaks aren't they are very like they just sound like project cuts. So the singles that we got sound like the singles, and the album cuts that we met in the album all just sound like album cuts. So it just sound like they were there to give you listeners a break, and that's just it. Like it didn't pack a punch. I didn't get a lot out of it. I think it's a nice. I think it's a good effort. I just think it's not generational. But then again, when I think of what Shoday has done, I don't know that he's somebody that I'm meant to look out for that. I just felt he's meant to, he just gives us a great time. He speaks like if he's not speaking to street boys and giving them hope or Afradura, he's speaking to the babes. In fact, the women love Lil J. The women, the aunties, they love Lil J. I didn't even get a lot of auntie music on this product, on the ones I already had. I didn't even get a lot of the last year body girl music on this project. All part of the songs were already out. I also didn't get anything that spoke to Street Boy apart from the songs that were already out and the single OBT. So the other records just sound like like bland attempts at an Afrobeats to the world successful crossover. All right. But then that's just like my first two listens. Or first three listens I had. I wasn't necessarily moved, but like I said, I think it's a nice attempt, and I'm happy for him still, just because I'm just
Yeah.
kind of listening to him since Bomb Bomb. At least when that record popped on TikTok, the Bomb Bomb record, I just seeing where he's gone. So he's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
suspect, and I'll predict that they probably have a deluxe. I can. It's almost like they
Yeah.
feel
Of
very
course.
predictable. They feel
Of
very
course.
predictable right now. I can feel
Of
like there'll be a
course. With
deluxe
14
at some
tracks, he
point.
has a deluxe.
Yeah, he definitely has a deluxe. Like he's just you can just say that they're just doing the most like typical stuff. And I love there to be an edge, even in the visuals, the build up to the project. It just felt like they read out of the dictionary of how people have been doing it for the last few
Quick,
years
que-
and decided to like reenact.
quick question: was there a clear message of what the hybrid is? Like, what is it?
No,
What is
no,
it like?
I
I
have
didn't
my interpretation,
I didn't get
but
it too because
let's
I
have
even tried to look at the two parts of the songs, the track list. I didn't get it. I couldn't draw like
What the
an
hybrid is?
understanding. Yeah, I don't know what the hybrid is because
Sorry, Dante. Dante, you're saying you had an interpretation?
so like the because Taj said bland, that's the only thing like I might struggle with. A lot of the things you said were like facts, right? I don't think it's bland. So I don't judge an artist's entirety based on like a few singles, right? And this album is the first time I'm getting legit context. Like I didn't even listen to Paparazzi until I listened to this project. So the first thing that came to my mind, first of all, I shout out some people who worked on this project, like Oladapo. He has a lot of backing vocals and writing credits all over this project.
Oh
And
yeah,
there's some
Sonny.
other,
Makes sense.
yeah, and a lot, because I was like seeing snaps of them doing a lot of like writing camps like last year. So I wasn't necessarily surprised. Let me check with you with, and I heard the intro for the project a few days before it dropped, and I was like, um, oh, this is odd. But then what I told the person that I was talking to was this this genre, this Afro Adura music, there's something about like consistent sentiment of money also, but it's almost like the vocabulary always feels limited, right?
Yeah.
So when I now get to the second track, Joy, I love the intro by the way. Joy. Joy is so hard. Joy and Postcode are like my top records, and that is where you get the Afrobeats to the world vibe. Um, Joy is not like if you take that sentiment and you try to polish it for a more maybe not trenches audience. because the things it's talking about are still that way, but there's like more English. And the way they tighten like the arrangement of the vocals, like the way it's cut in the mix is like very pop. And I think my overarching also thing I walk away from this project was that Shoday is pop star material. Like I never saw him that way until now. I almost saw him like a niche,
Really?
like yeah, like I'm like, oh, this guy, and that now takes me to like my interpretation of the hybrid is kind of like how I see a Miza, which is people who are capable of playing that middle of the Afro pop and the Afro Aduraga. There aren't much people that transcend that. And not because I'm trying to look at Logic, Shode from a lens of, oh, he's the guy that posts on TikTok, like nobody's like a TikTok artist, you're just an artist. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, I had never seen you like this. So his brand, if you're thinking from like the Bomb Bomb record to now, obviously has evolved. Might because like there's money involved, a lot more money involved now, but it has evolved. Like a lot of things feels like they're taking it more seriously. A lot of people are realizing his power and the connection he has with his audience, that they are going to him for features, they are bringing in. And I think even having a guy like Tems on the song they had Tems on was intentional. I don't know how I feel about that record like fully right now. Again, I've only listened like the project maybe 2 or 3 times now, but I think those efforts were like very intentional to positioning this way. And while I guess maybe that was predictable for somebody like Taj, to me it kind of shows progress, and the positioning makes him a lot more interesting for a new audience. I don't know if that makes sense. So that is how I see the whole hybrid as a topic thing. So I didn't even read the Apple Music like write off. So there might be context. I'll check that and come back. But the way I just feel is that this guy is capable of learning and being taught. And when you have people like Oladapo writing, Joy definitely has Oladapo all over it, to be honest. No, I'm just looking for like even like the melody, even everything feels that way. And then you have Oladapo doing runs in the background. I've had that song on repeat, to be honest. It's such a sick record. So if I'm like, if you can go this way, I'm like amazing because I also view Davido in that lens of like is Davido in my own brain is almost like the ultimate African pop star because he acknowledges the use of writers. The fact that oh, we can come together and somebody becomes the face of a brand and we can all elevate. So that's kind of like what I'm seeing with Shoday, and I see him becoming like one of the biggest brands ever, you know,
Okay.
by God's grace. So
I'm just
yeah,
I'm,
so
I'm just gonna
that's
I'm just gonna read a quick paragraph of the editor's notes on iTunes, on Apple Music rather. So it says the work of Agege-born singer Shoday may exist in the lineage of street pop, but his ability to weave in influences from high life R&B and soul has established him as one of Nigeria's most interesting new voices. His debut album Hybrid arrives on the back of Spellbinding 2025 run that saw him deliver hits like Hey Jago, Goddamn, Nakupenda. Hybrid, and this is him in quotes, hybrid is my combination of sounds and different ideas. He tells Apple Music, I want people to perceive me differently, to hear me operating across various genres and gain a unique perspective on my sound, on my own sound. This is just me experimenting and proving. I'm proving to people that I can do a couple of things. So yeah, I think that's what I guess the reintroduction here might feel like. People have seen him through the street pop lens, which is fair. Like that was how people saw him. But to me, honestly, I saw him as a street pop artist that also like dove into the lovey-dovey, and he had R&B moments before. Like I'm thinking of those like, or at least love-centered songs, not necessarily R&B per se, but he had
yeah, but
love-centered
love that
moments.
song can still be street like
Yeah,
love
for
centered.
sure, for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, I saw him and Fola in that same lens of like Omoluabi that can still like like show that that they have some vulnerable sides to them. They have some mushy sides to them, especially when it comes to romantic topics and subject matter. So I think if that was like, I guess the idea behind the hybrid is that, oh, I'm not just this guy. I can be more. It would be interesting. Yeah.
You know,
which is
and this is sorry, Ty, this might be an assumption for Ima's POV, but it's accurate. But I think it's also because you also view them as like the bracket would be Nigerian pop music, which is not necessarily like a Kiss Daniel. Like
yeah,
Kiss
like
Daniel
a kid, bro. He's exactly Kiss Daniel, and I've been saying that since that A1 record.
The records on this project are giving. We want to transcend the shores of Nigeria. Do you got?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's
Okay.
giving.
Kiss Daniel is not like Kiss Daniel is like, oh, Nigerian pop. Like if he crosses, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
some of the records on this Shoday project are giving, oh, we are pushing past Nigeria, Africa, like that's what it's giving.
Okay, all right. I see that. I can imagine that when going into the.
I feel like we would always. I feel like, I mean, obviously we know because of the business, money, festivals, all of that, but we would always suffer this thing where it's like we need to build. We need to, like, especially you for someone like a Shoday who literally has been backed by Nigerians, backed by the everyday Nigerian, and then they get to his debut album and he's trying to like and it will always just lack a punch.
Okay,
and I feel like we're always going to suffer this dichotomy of like, I need to be able to make money, I need to be able to please my investors, I need to be able to cross over. And then there's the locals who want you for what you gave them in the beginning. And I feel like people still don't feel like people feel like there has to be a way it's done for me to cross over. And I still just always choose the side of, bro, whatever you're doing, it would cross over. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that would sound like or look like, but I would just tell.
Wrong because that just speaks to honesty of like, oh, I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question, Tad, do you feel it's rather premature of a move? Is that the situation for him to do the songs that would want to transcend the Nigerian market? Like, do you think it's too early on because this is his debut album, right? Are you saying like?
Yeah, I think I don't want to.
Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's too early to do that.
Shash, come and help you say it then, because why are you stammering? Like,
okay, so okay, yeah, I think I don't want to say it's too early. I just feel like it shouldn't be the goal. And
at any point in his career.
Yeah, I feel like once that slips into the system or slips into the A&R, the music or the creation of the music, like it's going to be an issue. Like, just make the music you want to make. And isn't that what Bad Bunny is preaching on that bloody stage? Yeah. you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what Bad Bunny is preaching. That's what Kemuel just spoke about. Like,
Kemuel just spoke about that.
There needs to be. I mean, this might be me sounding sentimental, and honestly, I know because on the back end when we get into meetings, trust me, everybody throws all these sentiments out. Just say about where's your data? Where's your? But like,
exactly,
bro,
exactly.
There has to be an element of just who are you, sing you. Do you understand? Like, and let's not be worried about, especially when for me, you've popped like Shoday.
Shoday has popped.
Like why? But then again, the truth is that when you pop in Nigeria, you're probably still not making money. So
that's it. Okay, listen, you just hit the nail because I was about to tie this to our other conversation. So I was about to tie this to. I remember that conversation we had about. It was partly a two conversation. It was the reaction to Burna's Instagram post about how much Nigerian streams actually make you. Coupled with Donna One speaking about how you need to, as a Nigerian artist, like you can't focus on Nigerian markets per se. Like, remember when I was saying that how the street pop scene, like think about the street pop scene, they are in the toughest position now as to like their appeal is so strongly Nigerian that if they now want to branch out to other markets, they will have that struggle of losing their local fans. Like, look at Shay Vibes is going through it right now, right? Shay Vibes is having that moment right now.
I think I was about to like say something about that because I think the moment Rave and Roses went global, I don't think any Nigerian artist should be shooting for the Nigerian market alone. And you wanted to say something about Shavers, and it's been on my mind about the Fujimoto album. And he was really, really trying, and in a way, he was successful. Although I did feel like the person who significantly up that album was not credited, like featured directly. That's Muyiz on the vocals on many of the songs. Instead, you see features granted to French Montana, NLE, Trippie Red and all that. But that's aside. I don't think Shoday did anything wrong trying to shoot for a foreign market in any way. In fact, that's the right thing to do. And first of all, I'm really happy for him to drop it because I've heard people say he's a feature artist, and I know someone who did that, and he only stopped saying that until he dropped his own project. And one cannot really deny nor accept because if you look at most of his hit records, like you mentioned, Hey Jago, Nakupenda, Sweet, Welele, most of them, he comes up as features, but you can arguably say he's the best feature on it. So yeah, that's just it.
Right.
Wait, okay,
Okay.
back to your question. I just want to say, like, sorry, what were you trying to land? Because I feel like the last thing I spoke kind of scores left, but
Yeah, I'm
where
also kind of confused.
yeah, I was confused.
Okay.
But where were you trying to land, Emmanuel, with your just
Oh no, I was just saying, like, this was back to what I initially said. Like, what's the prescription for artists like him, right? For artists,
yeah, I mean, it should be
because all that speak English get to the other markets. I'm like, but if there's artists that it's not in their second, it's not in their nature to go R&B, to go soul, and want to make all other types of music to get other people. I'm like, they're put in a very tough position where they have no choice but to branch out. They have no choice but to diversify, right?
But do you know where we don't keep it real with that? I mean, so once again, I know where I stand just based on my own values. But like, what's going to be? I would love to see this album in the next 6 months. I think the biggest song is still the one with Bad Boy OML, the one conversation that we're having here.
It will be.
It probably will be. It probably will be.
So at what point, like, bro, like, realistically, bro, like, people like to act like what our brother, Emmanuel, all of us are abroad, Ade and everybody, like, bro, it's not the OML record we're still jamming at the end of the day. It's not like Shoday is going to come tomorrow and go and listen to, and white people are going to be ones that are going to jam it. That's still us with the abroad. And bro, trust all of us are watching Populi the same way all you guys in Nigeria are watching Populi. So I've always wondered why there is this, especially for someone from, like, once again, people like Kemuel, I get it. But someone like a Shoday, Bad Boy, OML, try to make them that would always baffle me. Because, bro, trust me, it's still the record with OML I'm jamming every day. I don't care.
No, bro, I am with you on that. I am with you on that. It's just that,
and it's not like the white people are listening to this shit as well. You don't have the marketing or the social currency to reach them. There's nothing you're going to do because once again, the level of investment your label is investing on, you cannot even afford you to reach them. So at what point are we going to understand that, bro? A Nigerian artist is a Nigerian artist. It does not, like, no matter how much they switch the sound, bro, we like what we like about them. And I mean, that once again, I still go into rooms fighting this battle, and people still, I guess they have a different appeal. And maybe I don't know what they're seeing at the back end data, but like, bro, if in 6 months OML record is the biggest record, but then they won't play themselves.
It almost makes me sound like, so Iman, to answer your question initially, your initial question was like something about, I don't remember how you phrased it, but it was something to the effect of
this kind of expected is my point.
Was it expected? Is that what you said?
No, I was saying, I wasn't necessarily asking a question per se, but I was just mostly like saying this ties back to that conversation where this feels like the inevitable direction that most street pop actors, as soon as they see mainstream, access or awareness, they are branching on to the innate, to the innate ground.
But see, the thing is, I actually don't think that it's wrong fundamentally. I think it seems wrong or looks wrong.
It seems wrong when not done well.
And you don't do it well. Yeah. Which is what I feel like on my second listen of this album, it feels like that. Because what I did the first time was when I isolated the previous singles. I just listened to the new songs, and then I listened to the whole thing in one flow. And the things that caught my eye were the what a little bit more of the singles that came out before, except for I want to say I kind of liked where he was going, but like the story he was trying to tell on somebody, but which I think is the third or fourth track. But
Pep talk,
beyond
pep
that,
talk, yeah.
yeah, beyond that, it felt very Shoday. Like I'd heard either I had the content before, or I'd heard the style before. And I
Okay.
think that the mistake that I personally believe that a lot of artists make when they're trying to do this like sort of branch over crossover thing is there's an attempt to kind of like do their song, but like in a way that it like you think it'd get played in Barnes and Nobles, but it's not. Like I promise you, 103.5 while I'm driving tomorrow is not going to put like it's just not. And in a way, there's almost the argument to be made of like conquer your sort of territory first, like be indisputable, undeniable
Yeah.
to a certain degree, and like the rest of the world, the right DJs, the right
Yeah.
people would pick it
Yeah.
up, Apple Music playlist, whatever, and you can use that as your pathway through. I also think that this gamble experiment is not the experiment you do on your debut album when people have been waiting. Like people have called you this like single guy.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like
It's
doing
like-
this on the debuts.
in a very, very weird way to solidify your fan base and to double establish yourself. You do what you're good at, really good at, and just elevate it. You get the right features, you get the right producers, you almost make it like sound so high quality that people are like, it almost feels brand new to these people. But what you're doing is you're saying to us, like at least with this hybrid situation, you're telling us, hey, I'm trying to show you guys that I'm versatile or whatever. The odds are, if you're actually talented artist and you get in the right room with the right producer and the right team and you're at the right stage of your life, you can do the different sounds. You're like, it's possible. Like you can figure it out. But doing that when you're giving us your first offering, when you're spoon-fed people for the last couple years, this system or this sound that like they've now become familiar with, and they're all eager for this like extended play project that they can listen to this thing at one go, where there's a story, there's a theme. You now decide that that's what you want to tell them. You know how to paint. Like nobody asked you for all of that. Like that's just not it, and it's not hitting to me at the very least. And again, I'm saying this off 2.5 listens because while I think Taj and Dante were talking, I was playing it the second half again to see like maybe I missed something. So that's that one piece. And then this is actually just my call back to the conversation before, because I was waiting to say this when you guys were having the Omah Lay conversation. If you ever want to see the impact of an Omah Lay on the industry today, listen to a song called Joy and what that song sounds like on this project, and tell me that that's not... The song is titled Joy, and it sounds like someone in the most depressed episode writing a song about freaking joy. And you know who that sounds like? The guy that's what's it called, Magnificent, was complaining about just 20 minutes ago. And that, if that's his calling card, just listen to that particular song. So, anyways, back to the project as a whole.
I
Good
think that's my
overall.
favorite song of this project.
I'm not surprised. I'm actually not shocked whatsoever. I'm not shocked. But you know, I think overall penmanship, if you actually listen closely to what he's saying, you know, the flow, like there's some good stuff there. There's some good enough nuggets there. I just don't think as your announcement of like this is your like gonna go on your Wikipedia page as your first offering to the rest of the world. Yeah, it could have been better. And I don't think that it was. I don't think it does. I don't think it adds anything or takes anything away from his stuff. I think there's still enough. Like this is actually a benefit for him. It doesn't. It's not a detraction. It doesn't take anything. It doesn't make people go, "Oh, he's not actually good." It's just there. Like he's still where he was 3 weeks ago.
To show you how crazy this shit is, right? We know Shoday makes music for the party fairs of this world, the TikTok shorties. I don't think there's any new song that serves them on this EP. Like they are going there to hear everything that they've heard before. The screaming beauty, 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 the that lover girl, they don't have anything on this project for them again. There's nothing new for them in this project.
Interesting.
Like they just totally secluded those people out of it. So those guys are going there to listen to the same old record again.
It will be the same old songs that they'll get. All right.
So it's just I don't know. I don't know. It's it's interesting. I mean, it's why to an extent even though I wasn't at first listening, or it took me a while to get into the Fallout project, but I still respected the fact that he kept his stuff a little bit more grounded, right? If Shoday, which is why this last thing better, and I'm like, bro, really about to go back here again? But okay, no problem. Let's hear it. But I just feel like this what they sacrificed on this first debut, on this debut for Shoday, just not what they think they're going to achieve. Like, I mean, once again, I'm happy to be proven wrong. If they end up getting a Billboard or UK Afrobeats chart record, shock for them. But if they don't, then what's the point? Because now I don't think you have a spectacular debut, and you don't have any international hits.
Before Dare goes, I actually had a question I wanted to add into the mix. Please, for those of you that are in the industry and are in these rooms, when the artist picks the title of the album, does anybody actually ask them why? Because
No.
I
I mean,
just,
it
I
depends.
just,
The only
oh,
people
shit.
that question it is their management, like their actual team. But trust me, the execs don't care.
I just think
They
that
just don't care.
I think that we've gotten past the point in as an industry where things can just feel haphazard, right? Where everybody just like throws everything out there. I feel like I look at the title, I look at the album art, I look at that little bio, I listen to the first few songs, and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? Like
Right.
it doesn't tell me the thing you're trying to tell me. And I just feel like it's a miss. Like especially if you're trying to guide people, you're supposedly trying to reach this like new audience, you're trying to extend your hand across the aisle, across the ocean. Like you're supposed to like I don't know, maybe it's just me. I think you're supposed to funnel them in a way to like make them understand what you're saying versus like am I having to read the thing and then be like, oh, this is what he was trying to do. Like this guy I'm listening to for the first time, like this is what he's trying to say. Like it just doesn't like I don't know. I feel like I've
So
been arguing this thing for the last 2 years. Like
so
the titles of the albums keep annoying me.
there's an observation I have about Shoday, right? And I have this observation once again. Disclaimer: I don't know the nigga. I might be 1,000% wrong. But Shoday built to an extent he built his stuff by himself. So Shoday is he's a very smart person, right? He's very calculated, and I feel like that was his greatest on doing on this project. I feel like they calculated too much, and he didn't create. And Shoday has been a nigga who has. I mean, Shoday said he used to post 80 something videos a day or something ridiculous like that. Like he seems like somebody who has like he has outsmarted the system, and he just wants to keep outsmarting the system. Rather, like I've never seen Shoday as a creative. He doesn't talk like a creative. He doesn't act like a creative. You just know he's good enough. But I don't know that he doesn't feel like he's that passionate about creative. He feels like more of like
an
he feels like
exec.
more of a hustler. No, he feels like a hustler.
He's a hustler that understood the system and then figured
That
out how
understood the
to
system,
build the
yes.
system to be.
And that's how this music was. So it's very easy for people like Loj to trust me to be looking for UK hits. Because I mean, it's not today that they said he was doing comedy at some point. He seems like a nigga that
He was doing comedy.
That's hustled, that just hustled, and that's how the music comes up. It doesn't come off like, bro, this is even the whole hybrid name, Jesus. That's the most half-assed name. It's just like they just packaged something, made some money off it. They said, you know what, okay, the smartest business move here to do is that we make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned. We get the street guys, we get the UK guys, we get the US guys, we get this person. It just felt too calculated. It felt like a Hustlers album. Like not a Hustlers album in terms of the theme, but like a nigga that's just trying to make bread. You get and I think that like some creativity was lost there, basically.
That's the major dilemma of pop music in general. It's like how much.
Yeah, but then I feel like I feel like when an artist is still passionate about like now, Kemuel is going to make a pop album, but you know deep down in his blood, he's music.
That's him.
He loves music. Do you understand? You know he loves music. They can make him pop or whatever, but he loves music. And there's artists like that, right? Even on the street level. Okay, there's people that just they still appreciate the art form of music. I don't know. Should they didn't give me that product? I'm sorry. He just gave me something, and now he has called Benz and one he locks now, and that's what he's using to promote the album. Like it feels like he has cashed out.
All right, man. Any other thoughts on Shoday's album? Well, yeah, good conversation so far. Appreciate it, man. Dari, yes. What's good?
I'm good, man. first and foremost, disclaimer: I've not listened to the album, but I just wanted to put. You made the question you asked whether it was the right move uh, to sort of like do like Afrobeats to the world on this project and all of those things. Um, I think uh, that question is it's not entirely straightforward because there are some people that have done it and it has been successful, but I think one of like the most important caveats about doing it is sort of like doing it right, and I think you have to stay true to yourself if you're going to do it right. I think there are certain people that probably like it has worked for. There you have the likes of Tems that just like straight up from the get go, like they were sort of like global. Then you also have the likes of I want to put in Ashake here too, even though maybe it might not entirely fit, but Ashake sort of like
To an extent,
uh,
yeah,
from
he does.
from his first project, it was popping in like the UK already, and all of those things. So I think is down to two things. First and foremost, um, the execs in the room, like your A and R and all of those things. And I think that's where we need to give someone like Bado more credit because he was able to guide that project in a very beautiful way. But I also think it's also down to who is really listening to you at the end. Because like I think when people think Afrobeat to the world, they're just thinking um, there's some white guy and or white audience and all of those things. But there are a lot of like Nigerians, Africans
Bro,
in
now
the diaspora.
immigrants, it's us that are listening.
Yeah,
It's
that
us.
we are the first point of contact. Even if maybe there's some people that okay now go beyond the diaspora and all of those things. The diaspora is still like the first point of contact, and
Yeah.
people need to understand that. Oh, like the diaspora is really fucking with like music that sounds Nigerian in the first place. That sounds
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like like it's really from here and all of those things. So I really think when you're trying to do that switch, retain authenticity and what you're doing well and all of those things. So people I think is when they don't read that market well and they're thinking, oh, if we're doing Afrobeats to the world, then we have to put out certain sounds and all of those things. And I think first and foremost, you need to understand, oh, it's still first and foremost Nigerians in the diaspora that are listening to your music. So
Right.
you retaining that core sound goes well. And like Ade was saying, I think on your first album, I don't really agree with him when he's saying is it will have the same effect. I think it's not entirely great when you don't put together like your first body of work. Maybe this is like the hip hop lover in me, but like your first body of work is it sets the tone. It does a lot for you and all of those things. And I feel like your first body of work, you really need to like come correct. There's some people that in the end, it worked for them. Like for Rema now, they on his first album, he was trying. They really did the whole
To the
global
wall.
thing. Thank
Mm-hmm.
God, Calm Down helped, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't really think Rave and Roses is a phenomenal album. I think it has phenomenal singles that they start padded and all of those things. But in terms of like, oh, like what a phenomenal first album should be, I really don't think it was, but in the end, it sort of like worked out for everybody. And I think it boils down to okay, like this execs, or you have money. Like I heard Shoday is signed to Sony now. You
Mm-hmm.
have money that's from Sony and all of those things right now, but I think there's still a disconnect between um, having the money and having the right people in the rooms to help guide the project achieve what it needs to achieve and all of those things. So that's I think if I'll point out anything that is lacking here is probably those the right people in the rooms to steer things in the right direction because ordinarily as an artist that is new in the game. How many things do you really know, and all of those things. So, but in the end, I feel that they need to stick to the sounds that um, the Nigerians are familiar with, because that's really what will
Yeah.
get them. Um, Even if they're going to crossover, that's really the base. You
Yeah.
can't throw out the base. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
conversation is very tricky, man.
it is, it is,
Yeah, it is.
and
It is.
it's a fight. It's a fight that I've had with people where it's like we're trying to. I'm trying to achieve certain things from here, and people always say, "Oh, we don't want it like this because this is not how they do it abroad." I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
guys, like, trust me, like unless you have a strategy to actually reach the real abroad people, bro, it is people like me you're going to reach, and trust me, this is how we like it. Leave it like this. It is not, but there's a constant need to like they feel like there's a special thing that you need to change and adjust. And I'm like, bro,
Taj,
guys, trust me.
All
Taj,
right, all
I
right.
want to ask
Real
you
quick.
something.
Sorry, Ade.
Oh,
Sorry, Ade. I just want to bring in.
no,
only one Mephizi. He's had his hand up for a bit, and then we can expand the conversation from there. Only one Mephizi, my guy. What's good?
I'm good, boss. Well, first off, I want to say the award of the worst debut project still goes to Fido because Shoday, it's that one is
God.
that one doesn't change. Worst debut project still goes to Fido. Maybe for like the next 5 years, we'll keep having that conversation.
Shy.
Then Shoday, right? It boils down to expectation. I don't think anybody expected a cohesive album from Shoday. Davido is my goat here, but
No, but
from the
it's
beginning of
we don't know what to expect. That's the thing. This is his debut, so like
yeah,
yeah.
but I don't think anybody really listening to looking at his route and all he has been doing. I don't think we really expected
I
a
see what you're
cohesive
saying
album from
because
him.
it was a singles guy.
Yeah, going into a Fola project, you know what you wanted to like experience, and going to a Shoday project, you definitely know you're going to experience two different things. So you boils down to the bar you set before going into a Shoday's project. Before I played that project, I already told myself that it's not going to be what I want. But then, judging from his hustle and all, there's bias to how we are going to like listen to
Look at it.
Shoday's music. He's not being the outright breakout star, but he has found a way to squeeze himself into the pop conversation, into the mainstream conversation. He didn't have the most industry backing from the beginning. He tried to push himself throughout TikTok. He was being labeled a TikTok artist, but he didn't give up. The story of resilience is what I see from Shoday. Resilience, everything. So there's too much sentiment to want to judge him based off this album. He feels like a normal person. If he is not sure, if it's another person, the person will not be confident enough to want to put out a project, but he was still confident enough to stay. Let me make this statement. I'm here. He has squeezed himself into the mainstream. There's no way you want to call the Folas Marvels and you don't want to mention Shoday. You
True
would
there,
be
for sure. For
it will be
sure.
so biased to you not to do that. So even making this project is like just even without going into it, I've given him that kudos for okay, at least you've done this. So I didn't go into it with too much expectations. That was what I expected from Shoday. But I
Alright.
feel like he has done this, not the very worst, like I said, but he has time to improve. My goat is Davido, but we all know that he has not had the most cohesive album coming through his career, but along the line he began to like get better. So I feel like he has like that time to like improve and still stay in the game. Probably his next project will sound better and better and better. So this project is not really the worst, but not as cohesive as we would expect. But it's definitely what we are supposed to like go into a Shoday project waiting on like, okay, this is what it's going to sound like. Good intro track that sold us into the album that made us feel like that we're going to expect more. But that was just like him deceiving us. We already knew that the next tracks were going to be stacked up, this calculated, this. So, but still a very
Alright.
like
Right.
decent
So
Yeah, I
album.
think.
so his sophomore is going
I
to
just
be
expect it to get
a
better.
good time, Abby.
Am I going to be an antagonist and say like this scrutiny is actually kind of crazy for this debut project?
So what did you say?
Like I feel like this is a lot of scrutiny. Like if I was Shoday here, I might be like, what?
I mean,
Because
yeah, I mean, you
I feel
can
like
see. I
Welcome,
mean,
welcome, Benedict.
yeah, yeah.
I feel
I mean,
like
that's that's kind of what
I
we
feel
do
like
here, right? We
wait,
just
sorry,
scrutinize projects.
sorry. I feel like when Gunna recorded his last album, the last one of the trilogy, right? He featured Burna Wiz and Ashake, and subconsciously I just felt like that was a reach into this market, right? So and it worked for him good and fine. And you have to imagine what if it didn't work for him. And those two tracks, just because how Nigerians react to certain things, those are one of the best performing numbers on that album, right? I just feel like if he's trying to shoot for the stars and aim for the moon, maybe we should cut him some slack in a way.
No, trust me. This
No,
that's why the conversation is a lot more nuanced than just like.
yeah, so and I feel bad that he has to be in this position. Like honestly, it's more of
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because once again, it's a position that he's not going to be the only one that's going to be in it.
Yes,
Everybody is.
of course.
Almost the whole scene is
Everybody
going to
from
be
that scene,
stuck
yeah.
in
It's
that
that
dilemma,
leadership
right?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly,
wow,
exactly.
like it's an issue that he's not the only one that's facing, and he won't be the last.
It's a
As long as
structural
he keeps,
issue, to be honest. Like,
yeah, the structural, the financial power issue. Like if
yeah,
actually want to trade this issue, we go call government. That's last,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Like that's where
Actually,
we end up landing. So yeah.
Taj, that point you said was what I was actually going to bring up earlier, in the sense of this need to cross over. I feel like it's just driven by the quote unquote powers that be, right? Because Nigeria is such a incredibly financially poor country at this point, that like the spending
Yeah,
power, the things
yeah.
that you want to do, like you need to go where the bread is, and unfortunately it's on the west, or in the west. And you feel the need to reach across for that because labels need to make their money back, they need to get their advances back, right? So I hear that, but I also think that, I think maybe also Daria kind of maybe heard me wrong when I was making my initial submission. I was like, I think that you could have played. I think with a debut album, you have two options, especially with if you're someone who doesn't like already have a fan base. If you're coming out, you come out fresh, you come out with the sound, you come out sonically like new to people that tingles their ears and their senses, and they're like, you know what, I want to listen to this guy. Or you play it safe if you already have a fan base, and you keep it like
Double
in
down
the
on your
pocket.
fan base.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
double down on your fan base, and like make the ladies fall in love with you more. Add a few more into like we're only a few months away from the summer. Like give people something to start like riding onto, and like let that be your like calling card. The thing that you do where it just, again, like I think Dari even said this, or maybe Taj said this earlier a little bit. I also said this. What's going to happen is the songs that are on here that we're doing well, people will still continue to listen to, and it'll almost be like you never dropped a debut album. And then like to Iman's joke earlier, you come back and drop a better time or a good time, and everybody would like then listen to that, right? And maybe you'd have some more evolution then. Maybe you have some more experiences then. Maybe you have other things to add that actually make it sound hybrid. I actually would love to make a proposal to people that are doing this like reach across the aisle thing. I would just like to hear like I would like them to like, maybe it's the best producers or something. Like instead of just doing this thing of like, oh, we're just gonna push the album for the, like push that bag to the right, like spend that money on the right people. If that makes, if anybody understands what I'm trying to say, like get the, I don't know what you have to do to pay Don Jazzy to make a beat for you. I don't know what the gun running rate is or whatever. But an example of that,
Cupid
like, get
got a beat
SARS to
recently.
maybe, but like that's like I would love to see that be where the spend goes, and then like the recuperation goes into that direction versus the opposite side of, oh, let's just make something let's name it something that sounds like it could go on a Apple Music playlist in in Maryland or something, or DC, and a DJ was spinning it in the club. Like it's just not going to happen. Like this is the sad part about this. There's, of all the new songs on this record, there's not one song that I think that if you were a DJ playing this weekend in Atlanta, you're going to say to yourself, "This is the song I need to add." That everybody's going to be like, new Shoday, like we want to listen to this. And I feel like that's a disservice when you're coming out with all this fanfare to be like, "Hey, I'm coming out with a debut album." If this was an EP or whatever, fine. The one plus I would say though, there's a few pluses I would say. The length of the album, I think it's 14 tracks,
Yeah.
14, 15, but it totals like 35 minutes listening time. Like it's a sweet spot of like if you played if it was actually really good, you would listen to it a few times, right? Because it's like it's easy to just like you be working and you don't realize you played it twice.
Yeah.
So that works for him. I think structuring it in the sense that some of the features are like a lot of the features I would say are towards the middle of it. So you hear him a little bit at the beginning for 3 songs, and then it's like feature, 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 feature. In the
Oh,
middle.
there's a sequencing issue there.
I think it was intentional. I don't know if it was a mistake. It may be somebody that has better optics. Like the Fola song, I think I'm not looking at my phone, but the Fola song is the first feature I remember at the top.
Right,
like
right.
it's like
Track
song
4,
3
yeah.
or 4. Yeah. And then there's another him, and then there's like one of his songs. I think one of the hit songs he's had, and then
Shoday,
features in the middle. And then
I
it
wish
has, I think, Ayomaf or someone is at the bottom, like at the end.
Math is the
the
last
math is the
one.
last.
Yeah, so like sequencing, I give them sequencing, I give them timing. Everything else.
I wish they kept. I wish they kept that. I wish they kept that for the project. I wish they kept that for the project. I feel like that could have helped.
Yeah, that did. Yeah.
I think they kept that. I wish they kept that for the project. I feel like they played all their joker cards. Even the bad.
Yep.
Even the OMR record being a single, an obvious single as well. Again, it's just like the project costs just don't offer anything when I'm listening in its entirety. But I wish that for record I had that on the project.
All right, fair enough. Good conversation so far. I don't want to spend probably an absurd amount of time because we've had this bad habit of skipping new music over the last couple of weeks because we've had all the conversations, man. But yeah, man, good conversation on the Shoday album. There's also new records as well that dropped from at least features per se. I won't say they're records per se. How does everyone feel about the Tems show up on the J. Cole album and also Burna Boy on the J. Cole album? What are their first impressions of that? And also Don Toliver on Rema, we didn't talk about that. We've had interesting superstar feature placements recently. Any remarks on that front? Yeah. Any song standing out so far to you guys?
I think Tems absolutely slid on the J. Cole record. I didn't get to the Disc 39 yet. I played the Disc 29 twice or 3 times. I really enjoyed that disc. I don't know what is on the other side. I think that's where Burna is. So I haven't heard the Burna record.
Yeah, Burna is on the other side.
Record. I love the Tems record, and I like that J. Cole, that particular disc of J. Cole. So I just kept playing it back before I went to the second one. I've not had time to get to that album. The Don Toliver record, Rema absolutely killed that verse. Absolutely smashed that verse. That guy's, you know.
It looks like he's getting a lot of, or at least, I don't know, it feels like new audience to it with that Don Toliver feature, in particular for Rema. So it'll be interesting to see, man. Because it was one thing to have it calm down that they probably know, but probably that same fan base is probably like, so that's the same guy that did that did that song. I'm sure it was.
They were both on Soweto remix, so it's not their first song together.
Of course it's not, but this is a Don Toliver, also on the Don Toliver album, so there's a new audience that Rema has been introduced to here. So, it'll be interesting to see.
There's one more song you mentioned. What was the last song you mentioned?
Only You with Burna. Who else was there? Wait.
Okay, I think that was it.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Those are the 3 records.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, then I haven't listened to Burna one, but the Tems killed it. Rema killed that one. Yeah. Nice show off from our guys.
I listened to the Burna one. I don't know how I feel about Burna on features in the last year and a half. I don't know what it is. It's just nothing. Maybe I'm chasing the Ashake high of how that song has us in a chokehold. But even the F1, when I watched the movie on a long flight recently, and I immediately listened to this. I was just like, something's off. It's not like when you're so high up, it's so hard to drop significantly low. So it's not like I'm not talking about like, oh, we're down in the dumps or whatever, but it's just not. I feel like he goes to that like burnout thing that we talked about a few weeks ago. Of like, Baba, go and chill for a second. But then again, who knows? Maybe recorded. Maybe it's like these are label obligations. Tems was in the pocket. That was kind of expected of her. The record already had the feel. You already knew how. Like she was towards the end of the record, and
Yeah.
you kind of already knew how she was going to slide in to begin with, and like it just it's and you're going to clip that. You're going to see it on TikTok. You're going to see it on Instagram. They figured out what they were doing there, and like I think in terms of like the global audience, there is like a clamoring for what she brings to a record because you just know, like
Yeah.
it's almost like a guarantee in terms of what you're going to get from her, her writing and like that. You can almost imagine how that studio session went. What I will say, the one that pleasantly surprised me was Rema and Don Toliver. I want to hear that song after gardening and being on a beach this summer and like a rave or something. Like that song in like a black coffee DJ set or something will go.
Yeah.
Like I really like what they did. I like the pace that they had and how they fed off each other. You can tell they worked together before. It seemed seamless.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Is it
think
just
you
me
like
that?
when Rema. Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just so I don't cut you off.
No. I was gonna say you like when Rema. So to the point that we just had about this conversation with Shoday and like experimenting, you like when people stay within their pocket for like delivering to like their home base, like they're playing their home match and like they're consistent, and then they go out and they want to get experiment with other people and like do these other things. Like you're not gonna put a list of like all of Rema's like same sounding records and put this song in there, but you like to have this in your armory of like, hey, this artist can do this as well and do it well. He didn't seem out of place, and it's definitely a song that's gonna go on some nice playlists over the rest of the year. So I enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely wanted to hear more Rema on that record. I felt like he deserved to come back for a bit, but regardless, it was still a good moment for him. On that song, Magnificent, and then Dari. Or yeah. Yeah, we can go Magnificent and Dari.
Yeah, speaking on things, because when it dropped, there were some unwarranted nonsense coming at things about our sound and not knowing. I don't know if anyone saw that tweet where someone said they don't know what she'll be talking about a lot of the times, and
Yeah,
it kind of irks me because Tems is Tems. She's always been like that. Shout out to Baz who wrote the Tems verse on. I don't know if anyone know Baz from Fiend.
Wait, Bass wrote Thames'
Yeah,
verse?
yeah, he
yeah,
did.
he wrote Tems' verse and that was amazing, delivered well. And
Interesting.
Future also did his thing, and I hope Tems and Future becomes like a
Wait,
thing musically.
isn't that interesting to y'all?
Hey, keep that woman away
I
from that
said
man
I
as
said
far
musically.
as possible.
That's
Wait till you talk. Sorry, I was.
I said I hope Tems and Future becomes a thing musically. No,
They
I'm
should be
not.
sharing the records over WhatsApp. They should not be sending it back and forth.
I'm talking of like a Kendrick Caesar type thing, like in the music type deal. I'm not
Okay.
talking about any other thing. We keep it strictly music. Yeah. I've not gotten around to the Rema and Don Toliver. I'm just gonna do that this week. For the Burna and J. Cole, that one is quite interesting because it's a track that was recorded in 2023 when they recorded Tanks. It's an old track, and
Yeah, it feels like.
it
Oh
was re,
gosh.
it was re-recorded again last year just for the Jack sample, which came out of nowhere. It's like, you know, when you are eat with a boss, but it's like a boss full of, it's like a good
Guy, how did I
time
not connect
accident.
it to thanks? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Do you know I try to
the
forget
shit,
that feature every time, man.
the shit eats me like a truck. When no, you were getting with Brunner and it was going with the flow because only you was like a appreciation song where Jekyll was thanking his wife and, you know, singing about the struggle and everything. And then obviously it's a song where Brunner can't really relate to. No, in a sense where he obviously
Yeah.
Joko came in thanking, you know, appreciating
Thinking
his
his
wife.
wife, yeah.
Brunner came in on the Saturn whereby he's like, you know what, I
I
yeah,
lost something.
sometimes I wish I don't have money. Are you with me because of this? And then
Yeah.
he went to the bridge, and all of a sudden he just came in with the Jackie sample, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo. And then you remember that this Jackie is in jail for stupid activities, and I'm like, I hope I'm not the only one that caught it, but it was very, very easy to catch anyways, and it
I
was a
think he
nice
has made a
addition
post
to it.
about it too, no? Didn't
Yeah,
he
yeah,
make a
Jacob
post?
made a post. He made a post tonight. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's honored and all of that. And I'm like, okay, the thing, and I'm one of the things I've embraced Brother with is his ability to use sample, and we speak about Davido, rightly so, embracing writers and all of that, and rightly deserved. And I think the same can be said with Brother and samples. He never shies away, despite kind of the kind of character we all know Brother to be. This kind of person whereby he's always on the it's me, I'm the king, blah blah blah, but he still respects sample when he sees a good one. And I don't think anyone has ever sampled Longing You from Jackie, because the song is from 2007, and we got like a perfect rendition for it. And shout out to J. Cole and Brunner, and also the will I say poem that was at the end of the song.
Yeah, it was a poem.
I know when I first thought it was Erica Badu. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry to anyone that I thought it was Erica Badu at first. Then I saw it was taken
Eve
from the
Alphonsus.
sea. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. So the whole thing, um, yeah, I like Brother when he's in his singing bag. I like him I like him a lot when he's in his singing bag, and it's nice. I thought we were never gonna see it because they recorded 3 songs. I thought we were never going to see this one, but I'm glad we saw it, and I hope the last one comes to light. So yeah,
Okay.
maybe this is a vindication from Thanks, because everyone was saying, yeah, Brunner we said the Jacob verse, but
He did.
yeah, yeah, but now it's been flipped
Yeah,
around, and
yeah, for sure.
we see what Brunner and Jacob can actually do together. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Nice, nice. No, for real, man. Appreciate that. And connecting those samples and records too, man. Any other thoughts? Has anyone? Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Dari.
yeah. So like, I think Magnificent touched on like a lot of things that I wanted to add to like the Thames record and all of that. So it was interesting finding out that Baj wrote for
Yeah, I'm blown away by that.
yeah. So yeah, but I think she did her thing, and it's also great to know that she can own delivering that right. That it's not just her with the melodies and all of those things. And I think a lot of people will be happy with it because people have been saying, "Oh, like um, Tim should get it right," things like that. So it's great hearing that and all of that.
It felt like she wrote it though. That's why I'm like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
so
no.
shocked
It,
by
it
this
did feel like
bass.
she wrote it. That's what I was saying. Like the delivery is awesome because like she owned it and all of that. So yeah.
Okay.
But seeing it was I think it was it Baz or Mohammed or Ibrahim that mentioned it on Twitter? One of them mentioned it, and okay, I think Ibrahim mentioned it. Then Baz retweeted it and saying he's ready for more writing for the next project, something like that. So yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah, for the Cole and Bonner record, the only record I think obviously is a B-side record. It's not. It's more like a deep cut, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So like yeah, Cole is being appreciative because he lets us know that he's cheating, even though we have not caught him cheating. He's always the one that's telling us and all of those things. So but he's very appreciative of his wife, and yeah, so clearly Bonner can't relate. So but he gives his own spin on why
Burna
he
can
can't.
relate to what? Infidelity?
No, to having a wife.
No, having someone that is down
Oh,
for him. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ,
mm.
God.
My Idolo don't cheat. We don't
There
cheat.
you
My
go.
Idolo don't cheat, please.
I
Please.
don't know. He doesn't cheat.
Please.
He's a...
What if
Not,
Burna is secretly married?
Anyways.
not that
So
we know of.
It would step on your face, but it would not cheat.
anyways, so like he gives a good spin to it, and I really like there are like different variations in his verses from the rap like melodic thing to the actual singing to like the interpolations and all of those things. So I think it's a brilliant song. I think it's a perfect deep cut record. Everybody sort of like delivers. The production is sublime. Everybody does their thing. Then it ends with like an outro of spoken words, and yeah, so I think it's dope. Um, I
Okay.
don't know how well it will do on the charts, but I'm really enjoying it. So yeah.
Nice. All right.
Definitely an interesting song to put Future and Tems on. Oh, just although not
Yeah.
really actually. Well, when I think about the last Wait for You record, the one that is on,
Yeah.
okay, makes
Yeah.
sense.
The one that won the
But yeah,
Grammy.
but now that you guys said that now that you guys said Baz wrote Tems verse, it makes so much sense. She sang like like a rapper, like not like she flowed like a rapper. Like they were like the way she went in and out of like it felt very like rapperish, like
She's had
melodic,
moments like
like
that though. Like Gangster, for instance. I think of
yeah. But she
Gangster.
has
I
she
think
has she
of
has had, yes.
Damages. Yeah. But anyway, cool
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Cool
to know
stuff.
she has. But there's the way the words were. So
Yeah. All right.
anyways,
Any
continue.
other thoughts before we move on to
I wanted to
more
talk
new
about the
music? Oh yeah,
Rema
Dante.
Toliver song.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So I love it, but I'm surprised
Okay, the
because
mic thing again, Dante. The mic thing. You could be clearer. You have sounded clearer before. You definitely are about to
can
get
you hear
clearer.
me now?
Perfect. Perfect.
This app does not like me. Um, so there's the so my point about Don't Deliver thing, I've already spoken on the music. I'm just surprised that people are surprised. I remember seeing a video of the guy saying, "Oh, I've listened to Rema's catalog. I didn't know he had this in him." And I'm like, "You are a liar." Because there's just no way that you've heard all Rema's records from the first EP till now, or even the trap EP, and this will shock you. But that just was something I wanted to point out.
All right, man.
Funny
Yeah,
enough, though, I
something
think we
quick.
all.
I wanted to say that this whole Don Toliver record made me go back to like some of those trap Rema songs. I played after hearing that record. I went to play like the EP with Iron Man, American, I think American Love or
Yeah,
something.
Yep.
Yeah,
different
so
EP,
like
but
I rinsed that
Yeah,
repeat
the
the after
freestyle
hearing that
EP.
record.
I'm scared to go back because I feel like I'll cringe.
no, actually, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
there are some cringe
Taj,
moments,
Taj,
but
Taj,
I
let's give you
think
an
there's
arc.
some great
Don't listen from
storytelling
the
too as
top.
well.
Listen from the bottom.
There were
When you go
cringe.
back to
Oh,
There were cringe
listen
moments
from the
then.
Who
yeah,
are we talking about? Like Rihanna's old stuff?
like the
No,
trap stuff. Yeah,
some of the trap stuff. Some of it. Like it's not all of
I
it,
don't know. I
but
just
What exactly is the problem?
like I
The
just feel like I'll
problem
cringe.
was no, but like who was the person that had like I was in the audience already had a little monologue
I
Is it
about
not
did your
something
Is
about
it
Daisy
Michael.
just
breaking
me
out?
or are they
I
that
did his mic.
that is literally
I did your
I refuse to
Michael. I
listen.
did your mic.
Oh, is it? You hear me now?
It
Better?
sounds micro wavy. You're in and out.
It's
Maybe.
breaking out. Yeah, breaking out as well.
You're in and out.
How about now?
Maybe change network.
No, I will do phones. Let me. I'll be back.
All right, fair enough. No, but I definitely
But
hear.
but yeah, I'm just scared because for me, I'm a very so when Rema first came out, right? Like I knew he was like obviously everybody said he was fire, next generation. I just felt like it was an agenda where I was really convinced that Rema was unreal, not just good, like unreal was from Rema Roses to Deluxe. That is where I said, you know what, this guy is not just agenda. Like I think he legit is like one of the greatest things we've seen. It was on the so everything prior to the
That
deluxe
was
of
where
River
Ove
Roses.
was, right? That's where Ove came.
That's where Hope
No,
was. That's where Charm was.
And
That
I
was
but what
where
title that other trap song was it? Designer or something? I can't remember.
yeah. So I just feel like so everything before that I tend to not go back to for Rema, honestly. River Roses I can manage some things, but to not go back all the way to that trap EP. I might cringe. I feel like I'll cringe so hard. Like so I can go back to it.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that
Spider-Man
shit.
is not my
No,
jam.
there, yeah,
Trapping
those
is
are like some of the
submarine.
cringe moments. Yeah, but I think there's some standouts from there, Sha. So like there's
They
some
definitely stand out. Like, why for me is his best trap moment. I mean, off the first EP. And then there was this, I think, Fame. Is that the name of the song? The one that
Yeah,
was
Fame,
big
the
in the
colors
Yeah,
one.
in
Yeah.
the
Fame is there.
yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, that's
This
fine.
genre thing is white trap. Isn't white more like the like would you classify Juice WRLD and Excess Tentation as trap?
Emo
Yeah, now
trap.
they're. I mean, they're beds from trap now. They're just
No,
more
Yeah,
I
emo,
like
more
it's
melodic.
no, I get yeah, melodic rap
it's
and
more emo. Yeah, it's more emo
yeah,
trap.
Yeah, but
emo,
they
yes,
are.
emo rap, yeah.
But
But
yeah, but style wise though, they come from that.
fair enough.
But when you think
I
of
think I
when you
like
think
the
of future,
Ravage era from Rema better.
Sorry, say that
yeah,
again.
personally, me too. I think from Charm moving forward to Ravage
The
to
Ravage
this,
era was just the
I just feel
best.
like
Ravage
that's.
is
I
yeah.
feel like that's where Rema just it looks like numb, like he just became like head and shoulder all over everybody. But everything prior to that, I was just yeah, they were cool, and then there were some criminals for me personally.
But don't mess
Anyway.
my brother with the old Rema. He could die for that.
Yes, so I know my guys like this one. The moment they had Iron Man, they said, "Oh, this guy is the future."
No, but
I mean, yeah,
Iron Man though.
no Iron Man
I,
was futuristic. No, it was
I mean,
Iron Man, you can see some. Okay, this is
I
some,
think
but
there's a
there's this
subgenre of
song
Rema
with
fans that dig the
Skepta
first
and
EP.
and corny, even corny too, bro.
Corny was my jam from the first EP for sure.
Yeah, corny was
Even to
like
maybe, even to maybe, I was so not moved by the whole Parang Parang gang this year. I was like, nigga.
Nah, Jumebi was fire.
But the second EP, the Bad Commando EP, that for me was like, okay, this nigga is
Yeah, so
different.
that was where I was like, you know what? Okay, you're actually good. Like you're good enough.
Yeah, Bad Commando, Lady,
But
those records, yeah.
but like I thought I was like, okay, you're good enough. I was still like just like him. In fact, then I was looking more fat profile boy than Rema. Look, you get? I
Bad,
was
I think
yeah,
that's very normal.
I was doing some more fat. But once Rema touched
that
that charm
Ultra.
of that ultra, Jesus, I was like, yeah. And since then, bro,
Nice, nice,
That
nice.
what's the name of the song with Skepta that was
oh yeah,
Dimension.
that was a
Yeah,
great one. That was a
yeah, so
standout
that
one.
yeah.
was
That
I think that was my own moment where I knew that because like it was a very conscious record, and I don't
hmm
think prior to then I'd really had him in a very very conscious frame.
Peace of
So
mind
like I
ish,
think
you could have said. Peace of mind came before that though, but yeah. Um,
bro, when I had woman, god damn it.
yeah.
Woman was a very
Rema's woman, yeah.
I feel COVID robbed that record.
Yeah,
Bro, me
COVID.
and my guys threw a
That
party
was when
college,
our
bro.
piano
Why
was
is no
still
one talking about
fresh.
Ginger Me?
That was a
Nah,
good
I
Ginger
record
Minj
mean,
is
too.
also
it's
dope.
cool, but like, yeah,
Good
it's,
record as well.
yeah. Anyway, Sha, speaking of Maven artist, Cupid Season has a new record out. Super. Anyone tapped in?
I talked to man, I don't know, I wasn't a fan, personally.
Don Jazzy produced,
God
by the
bless.
way. No?
Don Jazzy is
Anyone?
back with the keys.
I guess
Yeah,
Don Jazzy has his
I wasn't
moments where he
I don't know.
shows up. For me, it took me back to his mid 2000s. You know when reggaeton ish used to like, you know that
Yeah, I know. I know
yeah, that
that vibe.
reggaeton bounce or that vibe, like Columenta, like yeah, something like
Yeah.
something in that space. That's what it took me. It felt
I don't know.
nostalgic. It felt nostalgic. If anything, it just took me like, oh yeah, this is early Don Jazzy production levels to this. It's a vibe in some sense, but it's not like yeah, like it's not. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a record that will stop people's attention and shake things up, but it's a cool vibe in a DJ set. You can definitely see. I can see that spinning in a
Didn't
party
do anything
setting
for me.
and do okay.
Yeah,
Any
it didn't do anything
other?
for me.
Okay, fair enough. Did we tap into a Chair remix? I know we didn't have a
We didn't really
chance the
speak
other
on it.
weeks. Yeah. But Shoday,
That
Victoni.
yeah, that record. Okay, makes me want to ask. There's a question I wanted to ask that, but since you brought this Shoday topic up again, so the remix is fine. Like Tony did his thing, Shoday did his thing, and the record was the first. That was the first song that made me go and look for Shoday's Instagram just to see something. I have been seeing his TikTok just because it's just there. But the record, based on positioning, felt like, oh, we get Victoni, Afrobeats to the world, and we get Shoday, the street guy. It's a great song. I think the remix is really, really something. But I wanted to ask Taj a question because he said something about being in these rooms because, like it or not, I don't know. I've never heard Taj say he denies it, but he's a music exec. When you said in these rooms, people are like, oh, we are gonna make music this way and move this way, and you are like, nah, we are the diaspora people that accept this thing first, do the one that we like. Do you think it's paranoia by being like fear based on foreshadowing what could be a problem? It's like, oh, the sound is the problem, and we are trying to get ahead of that in time. Whereas is your POV is let's consolidate the audience first. Let's ensure the people that we are feeding get what is, or what do you think? Why do you think people think like that? Do they
I
think
just,
there's a
I just think, I
ceiling?
just think, I
They
know.
think there's a ceiling or something based on what could be done because of the type of music.
So I mean, for instance, when you like from just distribution and releasing music and like what's the word? The revenue that comes back from music. When you look at Nigerian streams, you know why everybody doesn't want to serve Nigeria only, right? Just there's no money here, right? So you
Yeah,
want to be able to
guaranteed.
find so that's already by default gets people to that. And people, yeah, and everybody once again, there's money outside, right? There's FX, like Forex, like nobody wants to remain in Nigeria, nobody wants to build anything back home because they believe that they can do it abroad, they can make money. Sometimes it's not even just music, it's even in terms of events, in terms of parties, like, oh, we want this to be like the way these guys are doing it in other places. But yeah, I guess the most annoying one is just when it comes to the music itself, where it's like, okay, there's some people who feel like, yeah, these local guys in Nigeria, yes, they are big, they have big names, but their back end is like an L. Like they're not making money. There's no money there. They're not recouping. So why focus on artists like that when I know that I can find some unicorns in Nigeria who can make music that is totally less from what Nigerians like and can blow it abroad? Or they find an artist that is popping in Nigeria and say, okay, you know what, come, let's add a little bit, let's polish things a bit, right? Let's make
Yeah,
things
let's
sound
do
like
some
this.
camps, let's get
Yeah,
producers. Because
yeah,
that particular
let's
song is like, because last year, from a lot of production I was hearing, even like unreleased, is like a lot of people went to Ibiza. Like a lot of people went that
yeah.
house music direction. It
Yeah,
was,
even with like Sync coming into the picture, guys want to make sure their movies get placed in
Yeah,
like certain types
yeah.
of movies.
That's why we got a
Like they feel
99.
like yeah,
The
like they want to
99
be in
right?
yeah,
certain types of movies.
Olamide, I was
So
gonna bring that up.
yeah, so there's just things like that. It's all a money thing, and the truth is that yes, there's no money in Nigeria. Like that's the reality. Like it's not a lie. There's no money there. So we're going to try and find a way to package whatever we have and take it abroad. And if it's to clean up some certain parts, add some certain parts, remove some certain things, we'll
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. Cool, man. Did anyone see the? I know we had the 2 weeks ago. Like we had the conversation about Relp, and obviously the copyright debacle that was going on. Relp coming together, a bunch of Nigerian labels coming together to kind of claim their earnings from the overall. I'm forgetting the term of the tax that it is that
The
essentially
levies.
the levies. Thank you. The
Mhm.
levies that were owed by, or not necessarily owed per se, but Essentially, the federal government was paying the levy out.
The federal government, yes, the federal government was meant to pay them the levy, and
Yes.
they've paid it
I think
out.
are they trying to come up? I don't know. Did you guys get him up? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
got
he's
him up.
already up.
I've already lost all my thoughts, so all my submissions.
Sorry.
He's
We have
already
to.
up here.
Sorry, we have to
Vanished from my
pivot.
brain.
I'm so sorry, guys. We have
But
to
no,
pivot things.
no. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, but yeah, man. There's an update
It
to
was
that.
the
Belema, you
Relp.
wanna share?
Yes,
Yeah.
the update is that the federal government of Nigeria has paid how many billion? Hold on. They paid
I think 1.5
1.5 billion naira to
to
not Relp.
MCSN.
They paid it to MCSN.
So they basically ignored RLP's claim.
Yes. No, but it wasn't that they ignored RelP exactly, like just that. It wasn't like it would have been very simple if the solution was ignoring RelP and just paying MCSN. But essentially, the statement that was released was that RelP is operating as a
Foreign.
mouthpiece for foreign entities that want to take over the Nigerian creative industry. Because
Would you agree with that?
I, to be fair, and I think when we had this conversation, it sounded like I was anti-RelP, but I wasn't anti-RelP. My thing was that, and this is where it comes in, is that my thing was that they were always going to frame RelP as an organization that is speaking for foreign entities, because you're talking Sony Music, you're talking Chocolate City, you're talking Maven, you're talking all these other like tiny labels coming to and big labels coming together to speak on it. And so essentially they're saying these big names and they're saying these foreign labels want access to Nigeria's creative thing, and there was no other way they were going to frame it. So now they have framed it like the people on RelP are some sort of spies out to attack the Nigerian system.
And which is bullshit, by the way.
I mean, it is.
It's bullshit. It's clear what's happening.
But it was always going to be the way they were going to frame it.
But it's definitely clear what's happening. It's clear what's happening. There's some backdoor dealings that MCSN has with the federal government. Probably somebody from the federal government is just using MCSN as a front to just channel something. This is my theory, or this is just my.
Do we know if the money actually enters somebody's account?
So MCSN said they've already collected the money. That's the thing. MCSN statement came here to say, "Oh, they already paid me, bro. Like, what are you guys fighting about?" MCSN is coming out to say they've already paid me.
So MCSN's thing is that they have received the money, yes, but then there's the part about, like, I guess disbursing the money, and this is where RelP is speaking to, and a lot of the companies in question are speaking about, is the fact that, like, nobody's saying MCSN isn't getting the money, even though RelP's stance is that they're not meant to be getting the money in the first place. But at least that's part of it. But it's like, okay, if you say MCSN has gotten the money, are they disbursing it to who is meant to
the right people? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that was
actually,
the
the total was
that was the problem.
Yeah, the total is 1,205,000,000 naira and 956,000 naira. So it's a lot of money.
Is everybody prepared for the movie that this is going to cause for the rest of this year and next year? Because
and I don't know where RelP goes, man. Money. So that's the thing, of course. Like, that's the issue that RelP is having, is that there's no transparency. Like, they're just getting notified that they've made the payment. Like, they don't know what's the distribution system that they have in mind for this money. Like, who gets what, and how much. And that's exactly what RelP is trying to advocate for themselves. But it's like, at the end of the day, it feels weird, because what's next for RelP? Because, like, I don't think there's there's any further help, because you can fight. I guess you can go into courts and try to fight. But it looks like the federal government they've made their mind. They've made their mind, and it's very clear what's happening here.
We live in a country where it's not I know we don't get political here like that, but one, there is the ongoing real time. We can't have real time, like, votes being, like, communicated to, like, people in Nigeria. That anyways, I'm not getting into. That's already one problem. Then you have a case whereby, you know, the head of EFCC goes, he's been interviewed by a journalist, and he's saying, I've arrested so politician for 2 cases of embezzlement, I believe, and the court is not keeps like not doing whatever they're supposed to do with the guy. And then he comes to come and start begging Nigerians to beg the court. And I don't get, because who is going to hold people accountable for the things they are doing wrong? That is this situation, like when you look back to where it started, there was a sense of hope. And then now it's like it makes you feel kind of powerless.
Oh, for sure. This was just a very disappointing turn of events. It just made you look like, yeah.
What's the point? It's
for sure.
Okay, what do we want to? Okay, you know, based on the law, right? They say you can opt out.
Yes.
Right. They say you can't opt out, and these people are saying we've opted out. So it's like, oh, okay, even if you opt out, what now happens to the money now? Like, what will MCSN do with the money of people that have opted out?
Yeah.
If they never approve. So it's money that enters like a black hole and just disappears.
No, some people will get fed.
If people are saying they have to do it the Nigerian way, the Nigerian way involves a lot of weird deals and money, like minus. That's why contractors have issues in this country with executing stuff, because I don't even want to get into this, to be honest.
It is depressing. Well, as soon as we got the update that MCSN already got paid and there's nothing to actually fight about because the matter has been settled behind closed doors. But anyway, man, that was just a quick update on the conversation that we did have. It would be fun to have L.
Fast. I just wanted to say, one of the things that MCSN also mentioned is that they have played it out, which is exactly what Ella and I were saying when we had this conversation. They have listed it out in their press release that RELP is just made up of people and agencies and labels that belong to CMOs. And they are essentially trying to take over the Nigerian thing, and they've pulled out their own version of what the laws are for the copyright.
That belong to CMOs?
Yeah, they're saying people in RELP are part of CMOs, foreign CMOs. Yes, and they are trying to take over the Nigerian system.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so the way they've played it out is just that this is like foreign companies trying to hijack us, but we are part of a copyright system that makes, like, essentially, let me read it out exactly the way they put it. This has effectively reduced, if not outrightly eliminated, the confusion that has bedeviled the music industry for more than 3 decades. Bedeviled is crazy. We want to state that with the benefit of hindsight of more than 30 years, the current Copyright Act of 2022 and its implementation of justice have brought sanity and progress to the copyright system, particularly in the collective management of copyright.
Yeah. That's why we see it. They obviously had to make some form of PR-friendly justification for their decision, so I hear it. But it's just unfortunate. But anyway, man, on more uplifting news, are there any projects or singles that we're looking forward to?
Yeah. Did
you guys speak about Gimba? Sorry. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, Gimba. Shit, we didn't talk about Gimba.
Have you guys heard this project?
Yes, I have.
Oh, Taj, talk about it.
But that's hard, bro. Like the project
Gimba is gone.
Bro, I didn't like the first project as much. I felt like they played it a bit too. What's the word? Too. I don't know. I felt like they thought they had an idea, but it was just a bit too. They downplayed what the guy can do. On this, I feel like he expressed him like he experimented a bit more. He tried. The producers, especially, oh my god, I think they cooked. they what's the word? That's what I'm looking for. They enabled him to really show off what he could possibly do and what things he probably didn't think he could even do. Almost no miss. Across 5 tracks. Obviously one into those, so it doesn't really count. Almost no miss. The Say record, San Andreas, Jesus Christ. I didn't know he was so Baba coded like this.
That's San Andreas record. It's all Baba, man. All Baba.
I didn't know he was this Baba coded. His schemes, his flow.
Bro, even his texture of his voice.
Texture of his vocals. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Bro. I'm like, Jesus, he sounds like a new age Baba on some like.
Yeah.
I think Baba had this R&B hip hop. Oh my God, San Andreas.
That's exactly what San Andreas did.
The confidence in that song, bro. They say it. I love how the second verse, how he just flared up that second verse, like, we got like just the. I'm like, bro, what I didn't think. Like, I know Gilbert was meant to be. I know he was on the best record. They hyped him, but I didn't really. I was waiting for that, and I think I got it. Oh my God, like so far so good. My very few enjoyable projects, like one project that I can enjoy this year is this one. Like I've had it on repeat, all songs. Man. Literally, obviously I have my 2 favorites, and I just say, just happy for the guys, man. Him, the producers, Omar, them, Twitch, Gimba. I think there are a couple of other guys I want on the project.
Yeah, I want to come and date. I want to come and date myself. Who is this now? Who is Gimba?
Oh, okay. I mean, it's fair. It's fair that most people don't know.
To be fair, my birthday was last week, so I'm a little bit older, so I can actually claim to older now.
Hey, happy belated.
But nah, jokes aside, no, I googled him. I was listening when.
Yeah, Gimba is sick, man.
He signed to SARS.
Yeah, well, he's a product of the SARS Academy.
That's a good indicator.
He's the SARS Academy. Yeah, he came out from the SARS Academy. He had like
we saying
EP. Wait, I know he came out from SARS Academy, but is he signed to SARS?
Yeah, I mean, is it the what's that?
1799?
17. Yeah, I think that's then. Okay. Fair enough. I think I want to believe so. Yes, that's SARS.
Yeah.
Okay.
SARS is signing people now.
Yes, now he has multiple guys now.
Bro, he has a whole they dropped their whole project, bro.
They dropped the whole project together.
There is another guy.
Fortune.
Yeah, there's Fortune on there.
No, but Fortune's not more with them.
Fortune probably left. Yeah.
Like he didn't. I don't think Fortune went on.
Yeah, but that was my first contact for Gimba. That Jam on Kele record. Yeah, that was. That song is insane. Jam on Kele yesterday. No.
Yeah, the Gimba. That record is. But then there's another guy on that project. That's a unique.
Maxi,
something. It's Millie May, right? It's Millie May.
Millie May, but is it Millie May? There's one that dropped a project. Perfect.
Okay,
the name is Perfect.
That Perfect guy, I heard a song he dropped recently. God, James, that guy too is hard. Their names are very funny. There's Perfect, there's Fortune,
there's Fortune.
Let me just Fortune. My go-to among all of them. Fortune is insane. Like the things I've seen this man.
Yeah, that is a Fortune stand. That is a Fortune stand.
Fun fact, I'm distributing his next record, so it's coming out soon.
Yeah, okay.
Fortune. I'm handling his next project.
Wait, is it the one he's been teasing?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going now. He's going. Yeah. Bro, I'm actually, don't let me talk. I wanted to say something, but I have somebody to put you on.
These people are talking about they're actually like the people you like, not the other ones.
Yeah, they're not like
they're not the ones that always tease you.
This is so funny. This is so funny, man. I didn't hear to Baba Coded. They said let me go Google. They said let me enter Google. What's the hell to Baba Coded?
Yeah, I don't know. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear me, so.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, we can hear you.
I wanted to say, honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised when I hear. The song I was gonna say. I don't know if you guys spoke about it last week, but I listened to Oshamo's new.
Oh shit! Yes.
Shinorampe.
Yes, Shinorampe.
That talking about the sort of two Baba coded. That sounded like it's not doesn't sonically it doesn't sound like Nice, but he gives the energy that Nice gave to
No, that
me.
guy's blowing this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. No, he's going off this year, bro.
If there's any bet somewhere, I will put my last dollar. He's going
bro, that song is like crack, man. That song is so good.
So just to give you guys context, right? So I spent my birthday in Brazil, and I was listening to this song, walking on Copacabana Beach, and I was just like, this is fucking gold. Like, I'm walking on the beach, and I'm like, I'm high off life, because I was like, this shit sounds, I need to hear this at a wedding reception or someone's 58th birthday party.
Bro,
back to my annoyance of this fucking industry. I'm sure if I check back end of Oshamo, is as raw people listen to his music. I'm sure
he has good,
as authentic as possible.
Youth is following from the UK,
bro.
Exactly.
So it's so crazy how niggas will be in night and they feel like they cannot sing their Fuji because they want to.
But you saw what Oshamo did with like everything he did in the UK with that. Is it the Gele song or whatever?
Yeah,
the
Gobe one.
So if he could, and that's why I can bet everything is going to blow, because if he can do that from the UK, now he has moved back to Lagos.
There's also this other guy. This other guy, Prince. No. It's this other Prince guy. He has a record. He kind of took off too. He had a very Fuji, Juju type record that took off as well. He got Mayoko on the remix. I don't remember the name of the song itself, but Mayoko was on the remix. Does anyone? His name is Prince something, Sha. He's big on TikTok too. No one knows who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Guys, I beg, help me, man. He had Mayoko on the remix of the song. It was like a hit maybe in 2024. He sampled Ayefele. Like, come on, man. He sampled Ayefele. Ayefele even actually came and gave him an endorsement.
His song with redacted shit.
I don't know who that is. Who redacted is in this case.
There's many redacted niggas now in this.
Yeah, like I don't know. Oh yeah, Keys the Prince. I just found it. Left, right.
That's what I said now. It's Keys the Prince now.
Yeah. I said Prince. When I said Prince something now. Anyway.
Yeah, I was saying Keys the Prince. You didn't hear me now.
No.
Even I didn't hear Keys the Prince.
I was saying Keys the Prince. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was the other. That's the other UK guy that got it.
Yeah, the UK guy. Yeah. And it's crazy, like all these guys are doing that from there. So what's the point of it? Why is now Shoday come and be trying to sing like I don't even know?
But you know, there's something about like the lived experience of being the other side though. Because to Ty's point, like we're the ones that are here.
It's happening again, bro. Fuck.
I think when one calls, hold on, I'm coming.
Somebody's calling you? That's why, bro.
That's probably why. I was gonna say that why it's probably like that, Taj, and why you have to think about it that way is that as far as Shoday is concerned, he has done what he has to, well, not fully, but he has home. He wants to get outside. As far as Oshamo is concerned, he has outside. He wants to get home. Like
everybody has a struggle.
It's also no. I think it's just a thing where us that just come abroad, we just know that at the end of the day, the way to stand out here is by just being yourself because we are not the majority here. Do you understand? And like the people here actually will like you if you are good. I think the reason why the diaspora hasn't produced a lot of good artists, hasn't produced a lot of success stories, because there's just not a lot of people that are maybe that great. Like you get for it to be like a proper ecosystem. I mean, the UK has done it because the UK is basically Lagos back here.
Yes, the UK
but like the US and
Canada was still
we're still far back a bit. But like the fact that Oshamo came out of the UK like that, I'm like, bro, and there will be more.
I'm super. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm super excited to hear because I think I saw somewhere, maybe it was his story or something, that he spent a few months in Nigeria towards the end of the year, like just working.
He moved back.
He moved back.
Oh, he moved back.
That's what it says.
If this is offering number one, I'm very optimistic about what's going to come out.
No, he's going to blow.
To Taj's point, whose song was that? It wasn't even the Keys the Prince song. It was the Is He Because of Me, You Tie Your Gaily. That song.
Yeah.
I think that's Keys the Prince again, right?
It's Keys the Prince.
Yes. I think that's the second song. Yeah,
that's the second hit.
I honestly, I truly believe that people underestimate how big like the Nigerian market and the niches that you can like fit into look like. Like there's and I know Emma has his opinions about Shantizu and wedding songs or whatever, but like there's something about finding a pocket that like nobody's feeling in the moment, and you just like like what I kept saying when I was listening to the song, I was just walking and I was like, this sounds like some shit that I heard 15 years ago, but sonically sounds like there's an inflection point in like 45 seconds into the song where I was like, that sounds like some 2026 shit, but like
Yeah, some
from like
trap
a
shit.
throwback.
Yeah, he did some
but, like,
trap like pivot.
I was like,
a bit too. Yeah,
come
that was
on, like,
crazy.
No, the guy is brilliant.
I just
it's a
hope that,
brilliant
again,
song. It's a
stick
brilliant
to it.
song.
Don't water it down. Don't like, stay authentic. And you can tell, obviously, he has the influences, the Fuji influence, some of the OGs. You can kind of see. Did anybody see the video?
Oh no, I haven't seen the video.
Go watch the video. Okay, now with the song, go watch the video, and I can tell you that guy is going to be around for a long time because he's figured out what he's like the bridge between sounding like today and like what we had before. Yeah. And I think it's a really exciting thing to watch. So let's see what he takes this year.
See, I remember when the first song popped, the wedding, that song like TikTok.
It was like
I kept
but his first song was Life of the Party though.
That Why You Lying?
Yeah, that's the song now.
No, it's not Life of the Party. I remember
his first pop like song that popped, not his.
It was Life of the Party. It was Life of the Party. I remember.
The song that brought him to Mr. Easy's radar was the Why Are You Lying? Step Out of the Club. That record that had the slow version, and the slow version became like super viral. Then the one where it was like that song was when he was doing the it sounds like if this person mixed with Burna Boy, it sounds like this person.
Yeah, it was a Burna impression ish. Yeah, Life of the Party.
Let me actually find this.
Me, I just felt like after that record, like people just looked at him as the TikTok guy, and I was like, nah. Like
my own about him is like, where is he finding this producer? Who like they need to bring that producer outside?
Spectrum. No, bro, the producer is not. Crazy. Who's that guy?
Because bro,
but Spectrum is up there. I think Spectrum produced Magba.
This one was LC Beats. Bro, this one was LC Beats. This Shina Rapper song was LC Beats. But bro, I'm like, did they gather instrumentalists because it sounded live, it sounded rich, it sounded so real. Like, nah, the producer went ape shit.
With this guy on that Chocolate City, what's that guy's name? The guy after Tariq, the
DMH.
No, Major AJ.
Major AJ. Yeah, I think Spectrum also produced the song Major AJ.
Oh, okay.
And Spectrum also produces a lot for AYLM, so I think he produced all these releases.
There's even a producer that I ran into. The producer I found out about recently is working with this upcoming artist, but that guy is a sampling beast. Like, if you know what those guys are sampling, those guys are like they're like. So they're tapping into like 90s R&B, like they're sampling like Akon and like Akon is not sampled enough. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're a fucking liar.
But like this guy's like
my theory was corrected because that producer sounded like a gospel like producer. It felt like he was in a church, and I just confirmed the LC Beats is a UK based Nigerian music producer that his genre is essentially tagged to gospel. Like he uses a lot of gospel and bro, like it just sounded like a very very proper like composition overall, man.
Sorry,
like,
Ima, that reminds me today I saw a DJ mix that Spectrum posted, but there was this like mix of Magba and Idonsky, and it was blowing my mind.
Well, not Magba record. That Magba record. See, how you know an Afrobeats person is talented, right? So, like, when they start popping, they first try to, like, give you all the flows, all the lyricism, like, they're trying to speak to records, trying to flex their talent, right? When you know somebody's meant for the Afrobeats piece, when they can space it out, like, when all they have to do is two lines, two words per line.
Yeah.
That's when you know that, see,
that's why this song is so good. That's exactly why this song is so good.
That's why you know that the thing is in their blood. Like they know that it is not like Ilby said, bro, when he was doing a record with Ricardo Banks, he was going there to go and bow. He said, "Oh God, no, two lines," and that was how they were able to like. That was like, bro, like he said Ricardo Banks literally directed him on how to rap on that song because, bro, sometimes Afrobeats, you just have to let it feel out, like feel out the record, like, bro, no, Oshamo, he's him. He like, and now that he's back in Lagos, he will tap in with guys like Mike, tap in with like my producers.
Do you know
He's gone.
when I knew
Just
that
he's
Shamo was
gone.
in was when I was going somewhere one day and his song came on radio twice, like last year, like early last year. His song came on radio twice, and I was like, yo, this guy is it made me feel like Shazam. I wanted to listen to him. So I want to say two things. One is that Chinarampe record, I think it was co-written with by Mustafa. The F is a 4.
Oh, six.
Yeah,
Six.
and then this was okay. So yeah, I said I didn't want to put idea on somebody, and that was the five. That I'm putting everybody on. Now I've mentioned her name before, but she's an artist by the name of Sarai. Sahrai. It's very alternative, but she dropped a song called ILY, which is I Love You, last week. Is 4 minutes plus of brilliance. Like that record has also been on repeat. It's so good, and I think everybody should check it out. And there was this point where she
I
made
raised you, Honey Bee. Thank you so much for trying to put me on, but
Honeybees.
I was already there before you. Thank you.
Wait,
Thank
wait,
you.
wait, wait,
Maybe
wait,
not
wait,
before you,
wait,
Sha,
wait,
but I was
wait,
already
wait,
there.
wait. You, there's no way you were there before me. I've listened to
I was
Sarah
not
for
there before you. I took you back. Don't worry. But
Alright,
yeah,
shout out to Sarai.
okay, but let me just say that shout outs to Ade for even knowing who this is, by the way. I think me and Ade
what the fuck does that mean?
no, let me I don't be like when I say this, it's not like I'm trolling.
You're trying to call him 30 plus. Is that what
No,
it is?
why would I do that? This is not about age. I feel like everybody who comes across Sarah, if your taste buds is at that level enough for music, you will just be hooked. That's just what I think. And Onibi is brilliant. The writing is brilliant. Like I like to say she's my president just because of the level of talent just that comes off this record. And she's an amazing producer as well.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice, man.
I think we should check out. Yeah.
Alright. Dope stuff. A lot of conversation, of course, a lot of drops we can talk about, but we only have a limited amount of time. We've come to the end, ladies and gentlemen, of yet another session on ATTW. Shout out to everyone that's able to contribute to the conversations, man. Looking forward to more new music, of course. Gonna have more guests as well in the near future by God's grace. And yeah, man, I think, there's a few more conversations to be had. And I hope to catch you guys on the podcast in case some of you missed the space earlier on. And yeah, on that note, Belema, I know Belema had to...
Greetings, everybody. Yes, the lesson for today. It might even sound like a repetition, but in reference to everything everybody has said about Shoday today, I would like to say the thing you are looking for, it is at home. That's the moral lesson for today.
Loud. All right,
the
man.
The thing you are looking for is at home.
Appreciate it, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. We out. Peace.